I never muted my microphone. Great, that's what we're doing today. Hi. Oops. How much complaining did you hear? Hello, everyone. Hope you're all having a great day today. Normally my microphone is muted on startup. Oops. Nothing until microphone. Good. Okay, never mind. Great. Good. Hello, everyone. Hope you're all having a wonderful day today. I didn't even know whether... Did I change my stream title? But I didn't even do that. Yes, no, I did. Well, I did it a couple of days ago, but anyway, this one holds. Hello, everybody. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. Hello. Freb. Enjoy your lyric. Hey, Freb. Ken say good afternoon. Renoa! Congratulations on the first. Good afternoon, Renoa. Jimmy! Good morning, Jimmy! Apparently there is drops. I didn't know this before starting. Now I know. Hurrah! MJM, good afternoon. Ring Song. Hello, Ring Song. I heard no blankets. No, I have blankets. They're great. I'm covered in them right now. They're fantastic. Arian, good afternoon. Hello. Craig. Good morning, Craig. Hope you're well. MJM, good afternoon. Hello. Menden, good afternoon. Hello. Did you wake in 5 minutes before? No. In fact, no. I've been busy working most of the day. I've been awake since the morning. I've seen so much of this game. I wish it was on PS5. I don't like. Is it PC? It's PC mobile only or something like this. I don't know what platform it's on. We'll talk about DNA in a bit. We'll talk extensively about DNA in a bit. But first, hope you're all doing well. And Lord Dark Fluffs, you are the best duckling. Well done. Well done. Is it on Steam yet? I don't think so. No, I don't think it's on Steam yet. I'm on the website launcher. I'm not dealing with Epic. They have like a standalone launcher that I'm on. We'll talk about DNA. Well, let's start by talking about DNA, right? So, Do It Night Abyss was a game that I was following while it was still a gacha. Then they announced they weren't a gacha, which is a good thing. But it made me very concerned because they only very recently changed their payment model, and we'll examine that as we're playing in a bit. Where it succeeds and where it doesn't. We'll see. Anyway, the original idea was that I play DNA on stream and we go through the entire thing together from start to finish. That has not happened. I'm now in endgame. Sorry. I've finished the story. We're now firmly in endgame. So today will be a couple hours of me just farming shit. Actually, it will be a lot of that. Just farming shit. Which is great. I've got a couple of goals to set up. So it's not just going to be mindless farm. Well, it is going to be mindless farming. That's what the entire game is. But I've got a couple of things that I want to reach. So we have things to do. I expected you to start the game in endgame. Yeah, that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. Galondir, good afternoon, Galondir, and Seth. Hello, Seth. How's it going? Hello, everybody. Yeah, I've played a bunch over the last 2 days. Well, it's been like 2 days, right? The game hasn't been out for that long. And I've played a bunch. I've definitely played enough to give you my opinions when we play. I've definitely played enough. The beginning story stuff it's not completely uninteresting, but goddamn is it long and cumbersome, so I get focused on the gameplay bits. It never stops being cumbersome, I can tell you that. The story about... Towards the end of chapter 1, the story lost my interest. I'm gonna say that. It entirely lost my interest towards the end of chapter 1. And thus, every now and again, I stopped skipping through it, especially in a new chapter. The chapters are very standalone-y. But it never managed to recapture it. I kind of don't care. Which isn't super unusual for gacha slash mobile slash whatever titles, or Warframe for that matter. I don't care about the lore in that game either. Well, I care about the lore, I don't care about the story, because that's mostly up its own ass at this point. It's okay. It's okay. Once again, we'll talk about that once we're really in. Once we're really in. Hey, Kay, how you doing? Hello. Oh, we do need to equip blankets. Hold up. Where's my blankets? There they are. Wonderful. I hope you're well, hello. My boss has toured our main HR guy through my workplace today. I guess something is brewing payment-wise. I mean, it's... like, we're coming up on Christmas. Like, do you have, like, a 13th salary? Stuff like that? There's story in Warframe? There is, but... Never had 13th salary in my life. Poor you. Oh, I need to disable the flock thing. The flock thing was there for Super Fantasy Kingdom. God, Super Fantasy Kingdom was great, dude. We never ended up using it because I forgot, if I'm being entirely honest with you. There we go. Let me give you all the points back. We only had a couple of redemptions for it anyway, for that. And then let me disable this. Fun fact, you can rename your units in Super Fantasy Kingdom. I was as surprised as you are. That game's addictive. It's so good, dude. It's so good. Like, we've had a couple additional patches since then. Like, there have been like 3-4 patches out since I played. While I was streaming it, there was a patch. Today is a 6th patch. Yesterday was a 6th patch. I expect another one to hit today. It's crazy. Like, the dev is working on this like at an insane speed. It's a lot of balance patches, obviously. So, but also a lot of fixes, and that's important. Like, there's a lot of fixing, a lot of like feedback going on. This is great. I'm absolutely in love with this game. Absolutely in love with Super Fantasy Kingdom. I still think the name's generic as fuck, but the game sure as hell is enjoyable. Like, very, very enjoyable. Big recommend. Mostly have 3 types of stories, at least to me. Either okay, barely there, but happy, or Nikkei. Nikkei's story is fucking crazy. Not gonna lie. You're right, Arian. So for me, gacha stories universally fall into one of 3 categories. Awful, and I don't care. Awful, and I can't skip it. Anything MiHoYo has put out. Or, and then there's no in between, Nikkei Limbus Grand Blue. Like, it's fuck all of this, or those. I still like Nikkei. Same. No, this is, I really do, Arian. I really do. I haven't played it in forever. I haven't played Nikkei in forever. I stopped at around, like, shortly after the anniversary. I think the story is pretty damn good. I was thoroughly invested. Later part of Honkai Impact 3rd's arc 1 was amazing, then I kind of lost track entirely. I never really stuck around for a Honkai Impact 3rd. Very, very early on in its life cycle, I did a sponsored stream on it. I was a streamer somewhere else before I started streaming on Twitch. Good luck finding that shit. There's a reason why you don't get my old online handles. I did a sponsored stream on Honkai Impact 3rd. And then didn't play it afterwards. Didn't mind it. Does shoot you quite often if you like a character? Yes, it does. Justin TV? No. I didn't stream on Justin TV. Don't worry about it. Non-Twitch duck stream. Illegal, but yeah, those exist. Hey, Grandma, good evening. And Rally, and hello. Tally, how you doing, Tally? Hello, everybody. Third Annie on Nikkei went live yesterday. Wow, I haven't played for a year. Damn. Nah, I can't. I can't play another gacha right now. I don't want to play another gacha right now. No. I'm done picking up gachas at the moment. Not interested. I'm playing Mekarashi entirely free to play at the... Well, I'm now entirely free to play. I didn't start out that way. That game's fucking great. That game's insane. And I am thoroughly lodged in Chaos Zero Nightmare at the moment. But I'm not picking up another gacha. I'm glad that DNA shifted away from that model, but for better or for worse. Valius, hello Valius, how you doing? Hello, hello. So. Let's begin, shall we? I want to talk to you all about a thing. Don't worry. Mom and I aren't breaking up. Everything's fine. You're not the problem. As you can probably tell from like my couple of recent announcements and like in general, my general mood on stream. It's not really mood, but my general excitement level on stream. I'm currently in a bit of a rut. I think it's pretty fair to say that. And with that, usually comes just flat out worse streams. Let's be honest. If the person you're watching isn't like entertained by what they're doing, then you're not being entertained, right? Unless it's the extreme opposite. But I don't want to cater to that content. I don't really know how to handle that. So, what I'm likely going to do, I should just commit to this. I shouldn't just go like, hey, what I'm likely going to do. I should just commit to it. Is I am very likely going to take a break. We're not gonna like bring up the dreaded H word, HOA, no, hiatus. I'm not gonna do that. But I might take like a week. And I say I might, I will take a week. Starting tomorrow. Today is going to be the last stream. Today, I was already contemplating not streaming today. But today is probably going to be the last stream for like a week. Next week, we're going to be back next week Saturday at the latest. I can guarantee you that because I've got some very lovely people to play board games with. But I think over the course of the week, I will be offline. By offline, my longer time viewers, you'll know what I mean by offline. I'll probably be sitting on Discord talking to you all anyway. But as far as structured, Care goes live at 6 p.m. Streams go. Today is the last one for a week. That's not super dramatic, obviously. Let's not make like a huge thing out of it. But here's a note. It's a pretty short-term vacation. Normally, we tend to announce these vacations a bit ahead of time because every content creator worries that if they're not there for a day, the entire audience disintegrates. And sometimes that's true. But I don't know. Like I'm currently in like a weird mood, in like a non-entertaining sort of mood, right? It's got nothing to do with like what games are available. I think we've got plenty of games to play. I can't decide which one I want to play, but I think we've got enough game choices at the moment. I just don't really feel like being on camera, if that makes sense, right? But I also know that that's like a temporary problem, right? That's a very temporary problem. Over the last couple of years, streaming has always been the thing that I really like doing to like spend my free time with, right? Like it's not been an energizing hobby. It was that at the very beginning, but streaming has always been like a net negative in terms of energy. You need to put a lot of effort into it, right? Even though like I'm relatively low effort, streaming is not an easy thing to just do as much as it is just playing, quote unquote, just playing video games on the internet. So, like, don't worry, I'm not gonna, like, vanish or anything, but I'm gonna be gone for a week. By which I mean I'm gonna be on Discord, so if you need anything, you'll know where my fucking DMs are, right? I'm still not gonna post anything on social media because, fuck social media. But if you need anything, I'm on Discord. Send me a DM, whatever. Alright, that's it. That's literally it. That's it. If you're worried otherwise, don't be. Thank you, first of all. I'm fine. I'm literally just in a slump. That's it. Everything else is fine. The family's doing okay. I need to order groceries. I forgot that. My brain's not working, but that's always been the case, right? So I'll take a week. We'll be back, I don't know, next week, Friday? Next week, Saturday? We'll be back next week, Saturday. Yeah. Let's do that. Let's do that. However, before I leave you all, we're doing a stream today. I'm not just gonna fuck off right now. You're not getting rid of me that easily. For that, you would need to close the stream. For today, I want to play some DNA with y'all. I say with you all, the original plan for DNA was to do like viewer games and anything, but Alex and I on Discord already tried to do co-op, and co-op's fucking whack. So we're unlikely to do that. Maybe if like we find like a good endless mission and some of you wanna go farm, and then we can do that. But DNA has a couple of like multiplayer problems right now that stem from it not really having a clear identity. I'll give you an example. I'll give you one example. In Warframe, you get a group together, you go into your like little endless mission, and then you go, right? Or you do relic cracking, and you'll have like 5 to 20 minutes of gameplay. If you do endless, you have 5 minutes to 2 hours, whatever, right? DNA doesn't really have that right now. Most missions in DNA take about 20 seconds, conservatively speaking. They're much closer to like gacha daily stages than they are to actual like gameplay. I mean, there is gameplay in them, but if making a group, inviting people, waiting for everyone to click ready takes longer than playing the mission, I'll play the mission solo instead. There's a lot of weird design decisions, and you'll hear me quote unquote complain about that today a lot. But hopefully I can get you like some more complete thoughts once we're in game. Having said that, let me boot the fucking thing up. Let me like close this down, let me boot this up. DNA doesn't run particularly well. So we'll have to see how that goes. I have not tried running this on VTube Studio with capture and everything. I've tried running it on Discord, that's all been fine, but the game definitely has a funny memory leak issue somewhere in it that makes it crash after a bit. And in general, it has like some performance issues, which a game of this quality shouldn't. But let's see whether we can coax it to work from the get-go. I reckon it shouldn't be all that hard. Although then again, I haven't watched any streams on it. So it's not capturing. Oh, am I trying to capture the launcher? Is that what I'm trying to do? No. Okay, it is not capturing. That's wonderful. We're starting out great. Let's see whether I can get this thing into... would you look at that? There we go. Also, let me give this thing some audio, otherwise you won't be able to hear anything. I do quite like the audio in it. I'm going to be complaining about this a lot, but I do enjoy playing it, I'll say. There we go. It does get rid of audio. Oh, no, that's something you can turn off. Never mind. There we go. Hello, Kensei. Good afternoon. So. Let me switch over. And then I need to go into window capture here, and then not do that, and that doesn't work. There we go. Aha! That's my streaming setup, jank, so... Let's go load in. They put out a tweet for information regarding the theater thing and how the secret letter stuff is shifting. We'll handle in the future. Yeah, because people didn't read previous information. Like, we already know all of that, right? Yeah, we know that already. Khaled, how you doing? Hello. Starting from an established save, we missed all the deep introductory lore. We're gonna break a couple of rules today. First rule we're breaking, I'm starting from an already established save. Second rule we're breaking, I'm not playing with the fucking English voices. I'm sorry. Before we get into the game, let me elaborate on that. I am usually a very big proponent of playing video games in English on stream because that's my main language that I stream in, and because of lurker friendliness, right? So, I will normally stick to the English language. I'm also a big proponent of the fact, well, fact or not, that a lot of people that complain about English voice acting and then switch to Japanese cannot tell the quality of Japanese voice acting because they don't speak the fucking language either, right? You cannot tell whether someone doing Chinese VA mispronounces shit gravely because you do not speak Chinese. So, I'm a pretty big proponent of ignoring anyone that goes, yeah, the Japanese voices are so much better. No. Fuck those people. They usually don't know what they're talking about. I'm also not going to tell you that the Japanese voices are a lot better. I'm going to tell you that the English voice actors did a pretty fucking awful job. I don't like ragging on artists, but either the people that voice acted most characters in this game weren't shown what character they were voice acting, or they had zero direction, or they're bad at their job. Objectively bad at their job. It is one or multiple, like it's any of those three. In any combination. It could be all of them. Who knows? I do not know. You know what? I'm going to back this up. I'm going to back this up real quick by switching my language to, it's here, to English. Just for a second.
I shall offer what humble aid I can.
This is Nifel. Her VA is doing a great job. I have no complaints about Nifel. That's my current main. She's great. This is Lisbel. Lisbel is also perfectly fine. I have no complaints about Lisbel.
Wakey, wakey. It's time
Truffle. You can't see Phil, but he's up there. Whoever's voicing the pig doing a great job too. Truffle, wonderful. I'm about to show you Tabitha.
Are we going on an adventure today?
I do not understand why someone that's like whoever is voicing Tabitha, they can't have known what they're voicing, right? Because this is a mid-40s British woman trying to voice a demon child. Oh, we don't even get voice lines right now, never mind. And I don't understand why. This is not a fitting voice for this character at all. Especially because she does the little, like, gremlin claw pose and shit. This is just flat out wrong. This is just a bad job done. Right? This is just a bad job. The same goes for, like, the main character is a bit airy, like, very airy. The male version is way fucking worse. What other...
Oliver would be much better at fighting than me.
The majority of characters that are voiced in the game, like, less playable characters, more like story characters that you encounter, just sound fucking off. And everyone's British to the nth degree, which I don't really have an issue with that. I don't necessarily think the accent fits the aesthetic that they're going for, but in general, if I have to listen to Tabitha one more time, I'm going to kill someone. So, like, it's awful. There's another character.
Are we going on an adventure today?
Tabitha was supposed to be my main, by the way. Let's ignore the fact that she's a bad character. It turns out she's also just flat out bad. This was supposed to be my main. Why? Because she's small, dark-skinned, red eyes, weird white hair. That's a Zoe. Like, that's just a Zoe. Plus Squid, I suppose. I was supposed to play her permanently. I cannot play her. The voice is putting me off entirely. The next character that I then pick to be the character that I play...
Are you inviting me on a date?
...is Rebecca. And then I heard Rebecca's VA and Rebecca's voice lines, and both of them aren't great. So in the VA's defense, they also don't really have good voice lines to work with. But the next time I have to listen to her talk about her passion for love, like, I'm gonna throw up. Also not great. So, for the first time in fucking forever, we're not gonna be playing on English voices. Don't worry, you're not missing any story, because I've done all of that already. We've done all of that. So,
びに行くんだ。
Also not a perfect fit, by the way. This is also not the greatest fit, but quality-wise much better. Why not Chinese voices then? The Chinese voices are really good. And the reason is, Krembo, because I understand Japanese. I don't speak Chinese. How was the story? Middling. Middling. I'm still in the CZN hole? Same. Absolutely same. Your demon child? She's a Zoe! Like, this is just a Zoe! You know what? You know what? I know, you can't see this right now. You can't see the vision right now because you're missing something. You see? That's a Zoe! This is more familiar. Perfect. You're not going to see her as the character that I play on stream today, because I'm going to be playing Nifel. We're going to be playing Nifel and Lizbel almost exclusively. I'll explain why and what they do and what everything does in a bit. And also, Bird. We're going to commission a tentacle blanket for the Zoe VTuber? Fuck yes. Hell yeah. I would use that in a heartbeat, Krembo. I would use that in a heartbeat. I see now, see? Exactly. It's the bird. Makes all the difference. So, what is CZN? CZN? No, we're not talking about CZN. I'm playing that off stream. What is DNA? Do It Night Abyss. In essence, Do It Night Abyss is a weird mixture of Warframe, obviously, Genshin Impact, and like the general MiHoYo ilk. And there's something else in there that I can't quite point my finger at. There's something else in there. It's a weird mixture of that. DNA was developed as a gacha and then released as not a character gacha. There is a gacha banner in there for cosmetic stuff. I'm entirely uninterested in it, and thus I won't be looking at it or doing anything with it, nor giving a fuck about it. But as far as characters and weapons and everything gameplay-wise is concerned, this is the Warframe model of things. Which is under embargo due to perhaps being Cognosphere PTE LTD? Sure. Sure. You can see a lot of the DNA that DNA has in the menu here by itself. For example, let's look at Lizbel. You can see we've got 6 character copies that you can farm for more power, right? You see skills that need to be leveled, you see attributes and like a level and then unbreak system at the top here where you need to ascend them and then unbreak them to ascend them more. You can see the same thing in weapons, where same leveling system here, but also there's the smelt button, but also multiple copies for weapons to upgrade their passive, blah 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 blah, right? It's exactly that. The monthly thing only gives currency for the standard pulls. Yeah, like, I'm gonna give you a very brief opinion of the store, Kensei, and that is that the only time you'll see me using the shop is because I need to fuck with covert commissions. Honestly, their current business model seems bad. This entire store that they've put together, that they're trying to monetize the game off of now, seems bad. Okay, fuck it, let's talk about it. Sure. Here's the gacha. There's one limited banner, there's a standard banner. All currency I own is from like shit that they gave out for free at the moment. The limited banner has all of these things on it, and then a skin for Psyche, who's a character that we might farm today. We might go farm Psyche today. That's the only thing on the limited banner, because everything else is shared on the standard. In fact, this little like fallen effect is exclusive there as well. Everything else is just on the standard as well. The standard banner, meanwhile, has more skins for more characters and weapons and stuff. So that part's already weird. Then we look at what they're launching with in terms of like a store. There's a couple of like weird boosters in here that don't really matter for like items that don't matter, and like obviously the pull currency. There's a couple of like weekly and monthly things for general like items. These are forma, if you're familiar with Warframe. They're character and weapon forma. Here's like upgrade materials and shit, whatever. All of these things. But none of it matters. Like none of this matters at all. Like, at all. Here's some item stuff. This might matter to some people because this makes your crafting go faster. This is almost entirely what I'm going to be spending my free stuff on. Just faster crafting because funny, why not? Characters. These are character fragments. You need 30 fragments to upgrade it, like to get a character or to upgrade a character. This comes out to a price that is exceedingly dumb for characters that you can freely farm anyway. And then you've got the same thing for weapons. This, 3,280 is 60 fucking euros for a weapon. They're trying to do the Warframe model, but with prices that are 5 times that of Warframe. It's ridiculous. A character, by the way, is 4,000 something, which is in between the 60 and 90. Utterly ridiculous. In Warframe, mind you, for those of you that don't know, hi, I'm an alpha Warframe player. I'm one of those founder people that is running around with an Excalibur Prime. You've seen it on stream. I'm so sorry. Yes, I also have the fucking Skana and the Leto Prime. I'm one of those people. When that bundle came out, I didn't eat anything for a month. Hi. So I've been playing Warframe for an eternity. That doesn't mean that my opinion is somehow better or another, but it does give me a certain perspective on this, right? They're trying to do the Warframe model of saying, hey, we want people to like buy the things for convenience, but their prices are priced so far out of the convenience range that I'm never going to look at this. In Warframe, I haven't farmed a Warframe in years. I just tend to go buy them when they come out. I haven't bought Noka yet, I haven't fucked around with Noka, I haven't logged into the game in a bit because there's nothing interesting to do in it. But historically, I've just bought whatever Warframe currently comes out, I fuck around with it, I build it a bit, that's a day or two of fun, and then I leave it again. Right? That's how I like fuck around with Warframe. The prices that they're putting in for characters here are so far outside of the convenience range that it's ridiculous. Mind you, by the way, the flip side is things are very easy to farm. What I need to make clear is that characters in DNA are very easy to farm. So it's not that characters are inaccessible unless you pay a gigantic amount. We're gonna farm a character today. I have already farmed a couple of characters. Tabitha over here is a boss farm character, so she's weekly limited. I got an entire one. We're gonna talk about Nifel in a bit, but I farmed 7 of her yesterday. We'll talk about that in a bit too. I farmed a couple of characters. Like, I've done that. There's a lot more, but farming in this game isn't difficult. So if they're trying to aim for the convenience people, here by the way, if you wanted to buy a character, here's the pop-up, 4,500, 150 per fragment. If you have 10 fragments, this gets cheaper, obviously. But their prices are so outside of the, hey, convenience range, I'm never gonna look at this shit. Never. In Warframe, I can pay 800 plat for a Warframe, fuck it. I've either farmed the plat or I bought it ages ago, whatever, that's fine. This is a non-farmable currency, by the way. It's non-farmable, non-tradable, so the entire Warframe economy isn't behind it. And this is so inconvenient to purchase that it isn't funny. I would need to buy this 7 times if I wanted to have a maxed out character. Mind you, no gacha, cool, great, this is guaranteed, but that's $600 something, $500, $600 something for something that's like, that's stupid. Warframe, what is it, a tenner? And I have a character that I can then just level? That works, that I don't need duplicates off? Ridiculous. Their pricing scheme is absolutely atrocious. This brings me to the point that I want to make. I know I've been harping on about this for a while. The current non-free-to-play, the current pay concept that they're presenting feels awful. And I don't mean in terms of like how expensive it is, how non-player friendly it is. I think this game is very player friendly. I mean awful in a way that I don't know how they're going to make money off of this. What they're offering is ridiculously expensive, and they're never capitalizing on the casual audience. And also what they're offering is unnecessarily nothing. The entire shop, the entire buy-to-play system that they're presenting has the air of, oh, I didn't finish my presentation in time, let me make something up in front of the whole class. That's what this entire thing feels like. I think they're tired of big fish. That's me, Khaled! Historically, every gacha game I've ever played, I've been a whale in. I don't know how much money I've spent in Warframe over 12 years. It's multiple thousands. That's me. Like, I am that audience, and I look at this and go, this is priced at such a point that there's no way people are going to invest in this. No fucking way. Do you want to spend an hour farming a character, or do you want to spend $80 buying the character? That's not happening, right? I don't know why I'm on the Covert Commission. This is a great shop tab. This is actually my favorite shop tab. This one's fantastic. But the main gacha banner they're launching with has one skin on it, and then it has these. This isn't a car or a mount that you get to drive around in. This is an emote. This is an emote. If you spend less than 10k, you're barely on the whale cutoff. For Warframe, I'm well above that. I can guarantee you I'm well fucking above that. Doesn't matter. Whatever. What they're offering isn't anything, and I can not understand how they're going to monetize off of this. So, we're not going to deal with it. Hey, my forge stuff is done. We're just not going to deal with it. So, what the heck's that an emote? Don't know. No idea. No fucking idea. No earthly idea. So, let me switch character. So, what I want to do today is a couple of things. Let me show you what makes a character in this. We're going to use Nifle as an example. I want to call her Niffle because I think that's funnier, but no, it's Nifle. She has a Nifle, I suppose. That is a knife and a rifle, like combined in one, right? So what makes a character in this game? Every character comes with one skill. For her, it's an AoE nuke up front. This one switches between two elements. It switches between light and dark. Every character comes with an ultimate. For her, that ultimate is to be out of sanity, to go into free cast state. My next 6 AoEs are not just stronger, but also free. This is also just annihilation mode. And then every character comes with a passive. For her, the passive is to have a chance to double cast or multicast her spell. Depending on the trigger probability of your ranged weapon, her E can cast multiple times. This is why you see this immediately followed by, see, that was a triple cast. This will happen a lot. That's what a character comes with. One skill, one ult, one passive. There are then like little upgrades that like add additional passive effects or additional passive stats to a skill. I desperately need to get to phase 5 so I can finish this up. But that's a character. On top of that, your main character comes with one melee weapon. So in this case, we're going to run a Wayne Wraith Scythe. Why? Because it says skill damage plus 24%. I don't give a shit about anything else. We're not going to use this weapon. And one ranged weapon. In my case, that's an Entropic Singularity. This is a funny pistol that says trigger probability. I just told you that her skill works off of your ranged weapon's trigger probability. I got that to 100%. So once her passive is max leveled, there should be a 65% chance to multicast. And then the multicast has a 65% chance to multicast, etc, etc, etc. I've seen this thing go for 30 seconds flat. It's incredible. Love her. Great character. So this is the kit that you equip. On top of that, you have something they call Geniemon. These are Pokemon. This is Boxy. You see? I just aged 20 years in an instant. They have an active ability that you're never gonna see me cast, I don't give a shit, and they come with a passive. This one has a 20-meter pickup range, and as thus, it's the best pet. I don't care what anyone else says. People will tell you, I've already seen like people trying to make builds where they go like, hey, let's pick this thing up. It gives you plus Lumino attack, light damage, which is what we do. You should run this. No, motherfucker, I should run 20 meters additional pickup range. I should run 20-meter pickup range. Nintendo lawsuit? No, like, they are combat pets as in, you can tell them to do a thing, but they're not thrown out, you don't do pet battles. When it uses active? Petty reason, Liku, petty reason. It's naturally bound to this game assumes that you have a QWERTY keyboard, and as such, it's bound to the Z button, which on a QWERTY keyboard is relatively reasonable to hit. I don't have a QWERTY keyboard, I have a Quartz keyboard. Fun fact, this game does not let me type in an @ to log in with an email address. I need to copy paste it from somewhere else. It doesn't know that Quartz keyboards exist. And pressing the Z button is fucking annoying. The payoff for this is also just not worth pressing the button. Like, I don't care. I could rebind this. It has fully rebindable keys. I am lazy. I should press this kind of often because it also detects chests and things around you. Like, this thing is nice, but I don't care. I'm gonna be busy pressing this button. A lot. We're just gonna AoE things to death. So this is your kit. This is the kit that you run with. One Geniemon that comes with passives that you can equip. I gave mine quick crack mechanism, so it just opens all those puzzles instantly because I'm lazy. Yes, this does come with flat attack you can get for your character. Fuck it, we're optimizing not 2 days after launch. One ranged weapon, one melee weapon. No, you can't bring 2 melees. No, you can't bring 2 ranged weapons. It's 1 range, 1 melee. And then 1 skill, 1 ult, 1 passive. You might see that compared to Warframe, that isn't a lot. I would have liked characters to have at least 2 more skills, but that's not what we're getting. However, that doesn't mean that the characters are simplistic to play. There is a bit to some of these. Knifel is one of the easier characters to play, and I'll show you why in a second. Much like Warframe, this game also comes with a mod system. They call Demon Wedges. Demon Wedgies. And they look like this. Much like Warframe, these things are very, very powerful. Mind, I don't really care about 75% attack because we know well, we do attack, but we're a skill spammer, right? But the sanity restoration is nice. There is attack damage, skill range. This thing is HP and skill damage. You get the gist. This is range, skill damage, sanity, efficiency, whatever. This doesn't matter as much as you might think. In fact, sanity is what your mana resource is called. And you might think for a skill spammer we care deeply about it because I'm about to run out every time I do this, right? You can see my bar at the bottom there, that yellow bar. We can do this for a while before we run out. And we do have a bit of a passive regen. But we do eventually run out. No, Tally, it is. But you can just copy it, like I just copied from a document or something. So you might think, hey, now you can't cast spells anymore. That's bad. It would be. We find ways around it. So. You also have this Intron system. Intron is your dupe system. This is very clearly a holdover from the gacha days. You can farm all of these freely. A character is 30 shards. Every single one of these is another 30 shards. It doesn't ramp up in price. I farmed 7 copies of Knifel yesterday. That might sound annoying. It was honestly kind of alright. I didn't mind farming 7 copies of her. I can't do it again because now I'm out of codes. So I'm out of resources to farm now. We're gonna farm a couple of things today, but not 7 copies of one character. But what do you get? Hichi! We got a Hichi! Hello, Hichi! Hope you're doing well. How goes you today? I'm very ranty today. I'm gonna be yapping a lot about shit. Like, so I guess I'm doing well? So what do you get for character dupes in this case? So for Nightfall we get Interwoven Cries. This is our passive. Is 15% higher probability. The passive that says double cast. And caps at 65%. Cool. Love it. Otherwise it caps at 50. Not the biggest massive increase, but it's an increase. Yappy is good. Right. I'm kind of yappy ranty. Like, kind of somewhere in the middle between that, right? Like between ranting and just like talking. We're just going to be talking today. For second one, when Luna Hunt, our E, deals damage, solar equips gain 75% more damage against the target for 3 seconds, and vice versa. So if you hit them with dark and then you hit them with light, they take more damage, and the other way around. Sure. More levels to your stuff. This is the same kind of passive levels that Genshin has given all of us. Unfortunately, Mihoyo Stink is everywhere. Increased Nightfall's healing received by 50%. We don't do healing, but I guess. And sanity recovery by 25%. More mana! You might think this matters. It does not. Misty Sea Requiem, that's our ultimate, and then our passive plus level. Mihoyo bullshit again. And now, I'm going to introduce you to the single most broken thing I've seen all game. And that is across all characters, by the way. When dealing damage using a ranged weapon, there's a 25% chance to summon either Luna Hunt or Solar Eclipse at the target location. Once per second. Oh wait, we're not dealing damage, I forgot. Hold up. We need to actually shoot something. Let's actually go shoot something, huh? Oh, treasure chest I never picked up. This will happen a lot. So, if we do damage to anything, we now, every time we do damage, have a 25% to cast this skill automatically. This is why we don't need mana. Or we don't really need mana anyway. Because there's one that multicasts, and it's still multicasting, and it's still multicasting! E6 turns her from a skill spammer to what I would carefully call the end of all things. Oh, and then I can't jump over walls. If it procs. That's the skill range, by the way. You saw that thing just eat it from all the way over here? Ooh, creature. Nom 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 nom. Creature get. That's why yesterday I went and got an E6 of her. It changes her playstyle completely. And it makes her really, really broken. If you ask me, really, really broken character once she gets there. Before that, she's okay. So this is the anatomy of a character. However, you're almost guaranteed not going to be traveling around by yourself. You can bring up to 2 other characters with you. You do that via these symbols. So for example, whoop, this is Daphne. Daphne's my healer of choice. This is Tabitha. She's my gremlin of choice. You assign these. You give them one weapon, specifically one weapon, and that's it. They come with one weapon and their skill set. They have the entire skill set. And you will be playing with those. Most missions that you run, they'll be with you. You can bring them in the overworld. There isn't much to do in the overworld after you've done all the quests. Oh, there's the... So that's what Tabitha does. She makes tentacles. A lot of them. The multicast never stops. Love it. We're playing, you know what we're playing? We're playing Gun Ogre Magi. That's what we're playing. All luck, no skill. Hey Nam, how you doing, Nam? Hello, hello. So, here's what I want to do today. I want to take a sip first. And then, I want to look at things to do. Combat, combat, combat. What the game really wants you to do is it wants you to build 6 characters. 6 of your characters it wants you to build. It wants to build 2 teams, really. Why? MiHoYo. We're going to play that game mode in a second. It wants you to build 2 teams to go through a memory of chaos, in essence, an abyss. My chosen team so far is Team 1 is Nifel, Daphne, and I really shouldn't bring Tabitha. She's really bad. I cannot stress how bad she is. She's really bad. But look at her. Look at this smug little fuck. I cannot not bring her. And she does have a skill damage buff for the entire party, so we're bringing her. So that's Team 1. Nifel, we're gonna bring this weapon and this weapon. This still needs to be leveled. Daphne is going to go on this bow. Zoe is on this minigun. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Do not be alarmed. I need to show you what that looks like. This is what that looks like. Be afraid. Be very afraid. So all of that needs to be leveled. And then for Team 2, we're playing Lisbel. Lisbel main. With Truffle and Filbert as our healer. Quick introduction about Truffle and Filbert. They're a healer. And her entire thing is she rides a pig. That's Filbert. Yeah, no, that's Truffle and Filbert. So that's my healer. And then for our last character, we're going to be bringing Karen. What the fuck? This is main character. We're gonna bring MC. Who needs levels? Because they're not leveled at all. We need 1 more of these books. Let's start with that. Let's get 1 more of these books here to uncap level. We can either get this from the Luno Eggy impression shop, which is just a progression thing, or we can go and play an exploration mission where we get materials. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do a couple of waves of this. Exploration is a mode in which you have to kill 100 enemies per wave, and then it ends. But you can see it has an enter symbol, which means this one lasts a little bit longer. So, team loadout. We're gonna bring Team A, because I think that's funny. And then you're gonna get to see how that plays. One thing that DNA does very, very well, in my opinion, is enemy density. DNA does very well actually giving you enemies to kill. The quality of those enemies is a different beast, but it does very well giving you some. Like I said, don't judge them on quality, judge them on quantity. Oh no, wait, exploration is the serum mode. Exploration is basically what survival is in Warframe, only that you're not dying. Below the minimap, you see a serum counter. That needs to get to 100%. They want you to collect these serum, like, towers that spawn, much like survival towers in Warframe. But they fail to make that interesting because killing is usually faster. Especially if you're playing someone like Rebecca, where you're just kind of standing still a lot. But for the purpose of demonstrating, we're gonna move around a bit today. Normally I wouldn't. We'd just be sitting somewhere. Whoop. Please excuse the gigantic ragdoll on this gun. La 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 la, and that's 15%. So on the way here we made 50, and then collecting it we made 15. And then the AoE doesn't stop AoEing. The AoE continues until morale improves. Remember that. Oh, Liku, thank you. It's weird because I'm currently feeling like this was one of my worst game explanations ever. Because I feel like I'm all over the place, but it's very nice of you to say that. I'm usually slightly more structured. So, here's our first wave. This is what we got. Next wave, this is what we'll get. These things. These are books. They give you more rewards. This one gives you double rewards. This one gives you triple. This one gives you octuple. And this one gives you whatever the fucking number for 20 is. 20 times. In general, using them isn't like the greatest idea. I use them very liberally. You probably shouldn't. You probably want to keep them for very annoying missions. This one is fine, right? We're using one to demonstrate right now. As the AoEs just keep going off. Mind you, that's one spell cast that I didn't cast. That just happened. It's a side effect of shooting gun. A gun that's pretty ammo efficient, by the way. We have 20 shots in a magazine and 130 ammo backup. Unlike Warframe, DNA does make you run out of ammo quite a lot. You do have an ammo case item that you can throw in order to regain ammo. And enemies do drop ammo. But I've run out of ammo on some of the more rapid fire weapons quite a lot. Since our passive can only trigger once per second, that's okay. We don't have to have like the fastest firing weapon. We can be on like a dirty little pistol. The cool thing about this pistol, why I've chosen this one, is that it A, has higher trigger chance. It's important that we get that to 100%. And B, its own effect says that it fires a second bullet with 50% of the original bullet's damage. That second bullet can once again, if the first one didn't already, trigger our spell. And that's all we want. So we basically get 2 shots. We want like 4 shots per second ideally, but we get 2, and that's good enough. This one also AoEs quite heavily. You can see like the weird like Helios constellation things there, right? And that AoEs, it ragdolls really heavily, so it controls very strongly. And all of those are pretty desirable factors if you're playing a relatively squishy spellcaster. We're not super squishy, we get a lot of, like we have a lot of health and we get a lot of healing. Is that 100? Oh my god, we're doing damage in the hundreds of thousands now, that's crazy. I've never really looked at my numbers, but that was 200,000 damage. You want to see what this deals, like, proper? Let's see how much damage we can actually do. I need a target, please. Okay, that's a shame. During our ultimate, our light spell specifically does about 10,000% more damage. On top of the like 5 or like almost 6,000% that it already does. So it triples its damage during ultimate only. Unfortunately, the casting animation for ultimate is annoying. But it is super worth it. The dark version sucks enemies into one spot, and then the light version just does more damage. So you're clearly supposed to hit ultimate, gather a wave, nuke it. Right. Standing. Dude, standing here, I'm standing here. Here you can see that's from the tomes there. We got the double drops. Let's do another one. We do need like quite a few of these. And the enemies are leveling as we speak, and higher waves do give more rewards. So sticking around, usually worth it. Mind you, we're going to reach a point where we can't keep doing this, but we're not quite there yet. Oh, I got hit. Okay, that's something that I need to change. I'm not used to taking hit stun anymore. You see me like being in the air a lot. This game has really funny bullet gliding. Where you don't really lose altitude at all. You do lose altitude, but it's not a lot. Oh, the ragdolling can turn off AI, by the way. This is a funny bug that we're encountering a lot. You'll see enemies like just standing around. This ragdoll turns off AI sometimes. I don't know the exact conditions. I can't replicate it really, unfortunately. But every now and again, enemies just stop being enemies. Do. Shoot. Other than that, what we have with us for the rest of the party, we're in Truffle and Filbert, Truffle for the knockback and the general healing. There you go, that's Filbert, there he goes. And we're on Tabitha once again because I really like her, not because she's good. But I do legitimately believe that there is value to having these tentacles around. These do stun. Every tentacle can grab 2 enemies. And if I ever farm all copies of Tabitha, then they also do considerable damage. But because she's a boss-based character right now, she's not freely farmable. There are limits to how many you can get per week. And I exhausted that limit day 1. Sorry, I saw a tiny Gremlin Zoe character. I had to. Oh, there's an elite. Or, what do they call them? You know, the Aximus units. They call them something weird. I forgot the name. But even those don't really do anything at the moment. Some of these have quite interesting effects. I believe the variety of these is better than what Warframe has. Question is, X time reward mean you get, let's say, 4 mats instead of 1, or it's more like, for example, PSO2, drop rate, increased chance? No. So let's say you use the 100% book. That means you're getting 100% more rewards, so you get double rewards. Once this wave is over, I can show you exactly what I mean, Khaled. I can show you exactly what I mean. They drop as bonus rewards, so they're very clearly identifiable. Very clearly identifiable. Enemies. I would like more enemies. I said the game does really well on enemy density. It does. Our clear is just this stupid. Let's go get the little pylons. That's going to be faster. Meaning, for example, tier 3 tablets have selected a pool of items to drop, and you need 200-300% drop rate when you have... No. That's not how it works at all, Khaled. So this mission right here drops these hymnals. Every wave we get 1. If I use a 800% book, then I'll get 1 and 8. I will get 9 in total. There aren't any tier upgrades to it. That's not it. It's flat out just more. You know what? This is an elite. And now there aren't anymore. Cool. Or here, rather. Here you can see not using a book versus using a book. There's obviously some variance. This dropped 3 and this one only dropped 2 normally. Because there is some mild variance in. But there, that's it. Oh, let's continue. We can stick around for a bit. And we can start like hard casting as well. If we ever really need to kill something, we hard cast. Over there, that private is a blast elite. And you can see they're currently not dying. They're really not dying. That's because they're level 80 and I'm level 60. They're like really not dying. Interesting. But everything else around them is. So we're just going to cast ult and then go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we'd recast ult if they still weren't dead, but now they are. And then we go back to not using mana, but instead just using this pistol. We've reached the spot of where what we can keep going, but we've reached the spot where what we're doing isn't like fast or comfortable anymore. So after this, we will drop out. One trigger, please. My kingdom for a trigger. Right now, our double cast chance isn't fully maxed yet. Our skill isn't fully leveled. That's mostly why. So once that is fully leveled, we're going to be sitting at 65% and it's going to go really wild. I'd reckon we're at 40% right now, maybe? Maybe 40%. And there's our wave 6. Let's go retreat. And there's all the stuff we got. We got 7 books. We got 20 of those. We got a little bit of money that doesn't matter and a bunch of these. These are tiers, by the way. This upgrades into this and this upgrades into this if you wanted to convert via crafting. But you get more of everything. And there you go. So we got a bit more than we needed for MC. A little bit more. Just a tiny bit more. So, character, ascent, ascent. Now they're max level 60. We give them the standard experience stuff that you know from every other gacha under the sun. And now they're level 60. And now we've run out of money again. I've been running out of money really heavily because I've been crafting too many weapons. It doesn't help that today I would like to craft a weapon. So we need to go farm money at one point. We can level skills more, which is wonderful because one thing that I desperately want is this passive here, which needs money. This increases weapon damage for self and allies, which is important because the character that she's supposed to be supporting is a pure weapon damage character. That's our other team, which I'm going to introduce you to in a second. So now, all of our main 6 are at level 60. In fact, our main 7 are at level 60, but we don't talk about Rebecca. Mind you, Rebecca is an insanely powerful character. This could just be a main character to play as well. She revolves around these summons that do insane damage. You can have 3 of them up at a time. They do absolutely insane damage and they apply poison. But I can't deal with her. Not even her voice acting. Her voice acting's fine. I can't deal with her lines. I just can't. She keeps going on about like her passion for love and the god of love and people that aren't true to love. And I'm like, oh my god, I get it. You're gonna die alone with 15 cats. Please stop. Unfortunately, she annoys me. Nam, thank you for being here. Stay safe out there, okay? Thanks for dropping in, dude. We don't talk about Rebecca either? Exactly. Correct. So, what am I doing all of this for? There is a mode. I still fight the menus in this a lot. That's the boss fight mode. There you can see that's Tabitha. They pronounce it Tabitha, even though she's Tabitha. I don't know. There's Yale. I really want to farm Yale, but I can't. Truffle and Filbert can't. We don't have any more tries for these. There's Rhythm. Rhythm's really cool. That's a character I want to look at one point. This is Hellfire. You know what? I should just show you Hellfire. And then last but not least, here is Lisbel and Fantasio. Lisbel is a current event character. You can get her really, really easy. Like your first Lisbel, like your first 2 Lisbel are like guaranteed very, very quick. I should show you Hellfire. You've now seen Hellfire. You've also seen J-Money being the best duckling. Damn. How you doing, J-Money? Hello, hello. So, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go into Immersive Theater. Immersive Theater is this game's Memory of Chaos. It's this game's Abyss. It's this game's endgame mode where you need multiple teams. I haven't finished this one yet. I abandoned this halfway through for stream purposes, but I finished the intro to it. These are the first 7 acts. And we're now going to do the actual one. Is Truffle good? Truffle is insanely good. I don't know whether Truffle is good as a character that you play, but she is one of the 2 healers in the game, and she's very, very good at that. Very tanky, very hard to kill. I like her playstyle. Like, let me show you Truffle. For those of you that don't know how Truffle plays, this is Truffle. Truffle's entire shtick is that you can send Filbert out, or this is Truffle. That's all I got. This is Truffle. You can also start charging. Whee! Actually, this is very fast. And yes, if you run anything over, that does damage. That's the main main method that she does damage. Her main way to deal damage is by running things over. And she also heals while she's on this pig, so she is a healer. She's a pure support. She's support tanky thing. You gain these stacks. If you stand still too long, that's bad. You gain these stacks that make you tankier and tankier and tankier as you go on. Here. Gain stacks of heavyweight for every second truffle keeps moving, up to 10. Increases damage dealt, decreases damage taken. Damage taken right now, this isn't leveled obviously, right now it's 0.95, so about 10% damage reduction. It's really good. Yeah, no, I'd say she's an absolutely great character, Ringsong. But she doesn't really kill. In a lot of stages that doesn't matter, you just need to get somewhere, and if you just want to pig charge there, you're probably going to be faster than the rest of the team. So that's cool. Super cool character. I must slay. Nothing stopping you, by the way, from bringing her and then just bringing 2 DPS to babysit, and then the DPS character. The air in this game does okay. It does okay. So you can bring 2 DPS to just clear shit, and then you're just on truffle, like, being truffle. Oh! This is Lulu? That was overkill as fuck. Lulu is the treasure goblin of this game. She doesn't deserve all the pain that she's getting. But she does spawn in yelling your money or your life, and then you kick her ass. It's funny. She's been the character I've been boosting to finish my story stuff. Yeah, absolutely. Glad she's working out for you, Ringsong. I don't think she's going to leave one of my parties anytime soon. Ragdoll. So, as I was saying, before I was so rudely interrupted by myself, we're going to play Immersive Theater. I still need to finish this. This is the current way that you get Psyche. Psyche is a character I'm really looking forward to, and a character we're going to farm today, hopefully. Hopefully. So, let's do that. First team, we are on Lisbel with Who Gives a Shit. You'll see Lisbel in a second. Lisbel is a very one-note character, but she's very fun. Here's our heal, here's our weapon support, and then on the second run, we're on Nifel with skill spam, with heal on Truffle, and Mini Zoe as stun and skill damage support. She's bidding for 2000 damage on her pig belly flops. Depending on what level you're at, that's actually not bad, Ringsong. Depending on what level you're at, that is not bad at all. It's a bit hard to judge because we're currently hitting for like 200k. But it's relative, right? It's relative. Turned out it's her money or her life. Exactly. So this is Lisbel. Lisbel does this, and that's cute and shit. But more than that, Lisbel is a character with what in Warframe is called an exalted weapon. In this game, it's called a consonance weapon, and I hate it because I feel like I'm on countdown. 1 consonant, please. She has a summoned weapon. Let me really quickly run you down why that's bad. In Warframe, most summoned weapons either take energy when you swing them, or they take energy for being out. And in Warframe, there is a system that prevents you from gaining energy while you have channeled abilities active, right? Or regain energy passively while having that. Lisbel's weapon is called Samael. And it doesn't take energy. You just swing it. Samael grows stronger as you swing it into idiots. So get ready to see this attack string a lot. At the top right, you see a combo counter. We're currently a C rank combo. Right? As that combo counter increases, Samael gets bigger. A lot bigger. We also just flat out use that for traveling. A lot bigger. We're hoping to find an enemy before our combo counter runs out. Wonderful. I equipped a shit ton of mods that make combos last longer. Here we go. Hit, hit, hit. And we're just trying to get to an S-rank combo. The way that Samael works is that you have a charge attack on it. But if you press the charge attack, your combo counter goes away. The charge attack, as you channel it, takes sanity. So that's the thing that uses your energy. You're supposed to charge attack with it to use up your energy. However, if you are at S-rank counter for combo, then this thing is just instant. It's basically instant. Let's find a group of enemies that we can practice this on. Donk! We also have a passive. You can see at the bottom we have like a Roman numeral 4 there. When we lose our combo counter on Samael, we get to keep our enhancement level on Samael for a number of seconds. Because of how she works. Of how Lisbeth works. Lisbeth, not Lisbeth, what? So, we can spend all of our combo meter into a giant fuck of AoE. And then build the combo meter back up before it deprecates. Before it depreciates? What's the word? Before it goes lower. Before we lose it. Depreciates? I think it's depreciates. Yeah, it's depreciates. God, English third language. Apologies. There we go. That was 200k. Okay. I'll take it. Kills that on level 50 enemies, me level 30. That's very good, actually. That's very good, Ringsong. Well done. What is with all the frost enemies today? Holy shit. Never mind, that one's gone. That was an elite. And we do 4 stages of this, and then we do a boss fight. The boss fight might take a bit longer. I don't quite know what her bossing strategy is supposed to be. Like, it feels like you try to jump over them, because that's a multi-hitter. Multiple copies of her makes it so that you have an easier time building combo, and maybe that's what you're supposed to do. Like, you combo into this. Add phase. When the boss drops to 50%, and that's true for all bosses in here, they become immune and they summon ads. Jokes on them. Ads mean more combo counter for us. And more combo counter means more kill. The boss is almost broken. You want to like wail on it a bit more because while it's broken it takes 50% more damage, so you don't want to execute it perfectly immediately. But it already didn't have any health, so fuck him. What is her jump attack on Samael? Like the plunge attack, you mean? It's just a, like, straightforward AoE. I hate boss designs that waste time on a timer. All of the bosses do it. It's not the boss itself. It's this current quote-unquote season. However, Menton, as a trade-off, what it does is every killed trash mob around you gives you additional attack for the entire party. Like, you get additional bonus damage for the entire party around you. So I've not played this with Nifel yet. I've done this with Rebecca. The other team so far has been Rebecca. But now we have Nifel. And that should be done. That should, in theory, be really stupid. Oh, that explodes. I do need to make this gun do damage. That's the one thing we're not currently doing. We're doing a lot of effect damage, but I kind of want to make this gun do something too. Bong. One thing that's very strange, by the way, about DNA's entire gameplay design is if you play a third-person shooter and you've got an over-the-shoulder, ADS, over-the-shoulder kind of mode, you're used from every other fucking shooter, first person as well as third person, to be able to aim and then press another button to shoot. DNA does not do that. This is bad. DNA has right click, which over the shoulders and shoots. You cannot do this separately. It is fucking annoying. And I hate it so much. People talk a lot about the fact that the combat is kind of floaty. And it's not just because I keep floating around a lot. Like a lot of things lack impact, even though there's a lot of ragdolling. People talk a lot about the fact that momentum is awkward. And momentum is absolutely awkward. These complaints are all valid. What they need to talk more about is... honestly... my primary concern. It's so awkward that you cannot aim and like you can't over the shoulder and then fire. The fact that this is, and you can't rebind that, by the way. The fact that this is force bound into one button is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. It's obviously made so that you have a 2-button setup. Left click is hit, right? Left click is melee. Right click is shoot. But at least, like, Remnant also didn't do this well, but at least do the Remnant thing of like going, okay, if you aim down sight, then your left click becomes shoot. And you can't hip fire. At least do that. That's also not great. But at least that. Oh, wait. Favorite weapon, the double dagger, the red one you get from story. That's a good dagger. I want to explore some more weapons. I really do. Where are the trash mobs? You know what? Let's not look for trash mobs anymore. Let's just have trash mobs. Cool. We didn't really have procs there. So this one was a bit slow. Now that we've done the first area, we immediately move on to the second. There are 3 areas we need to clear. So, oh, it doesn't have the go button anymore. Exiled Fangs. I think that's the red one, right? I think that's the one. The one that you get when you recruit Outsider? So that's that. Oh. Wait, do I need to... Oh, I never needed to re-clear that in the first place. Oh, never mind. Oops, sorry about that. So, let's just switch it up. Let's just switch people around. So, Knifel. With a gun. And a scythe. You can have that. We're not playing Berenica. We are picking... where are you? Am I blind? There you are. Zoe with that. And then over here... MC with a random weapon. It doesn't bloody matter, honestly, what they bring. We go. And then you are going to be switched for... This also doesn't matter, but makes me feel better if we pick that correctly. Let's go. It's a flamer. The flamer is really funny because technically that's also a really good weapon for Knifel. It's also a really good Knifel weapon. It's high trigger chance, high fire rate. Let's see whether we can clear stage 3. I thought we'd have to do all of them consecutively. I was wrong. Oh, these are living. What they are is alive. Flagrantly alive. I'm a bit worried about the boss fight on Lisbel, specifically. Because that's, like, not the fastest thing in the world. But I hope we'll be fine. Mind you, this is also not the end. There's another mode afterwards, which is clearly meant for, like, the highest levels. We're only level 60 at the moment. And I think, what, your characters go to 80? Good evening, Alex. Hello, hello. Onk, donk. There was the trigger I was looking for. Hell yes. Much like Ogre Magi, when her multicasting procs, it's fun as fuck. Like, just seeing everything disappear is so fun. We can also do it this way. Why isn't that working? Oh, there we go. Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. This sucks everyone in. Only it didn't do it correctly. There we go. We're latching onto like a weird target there. Beautiful. Oblivion. All skill, exactly. All skill. Oh, there they spawn. And we just hope for multicast. It's all multicast. I think I just saw an elite spawn behind me. There they are. A thunderstorm elite, you say? Are we iframing if we press ultimate? Is that iframes? Looks like iframes. Elite down. We're mildly floating, by the way. During skill cast, you just mid-air. Cast gun. Right now, we're hard casting again. We need the damage. It is much higher damage to cast ultimate into skill spam, but it's less convenient, right? Like, this is so much easier to like clear out shit or like to fight bosses with while you're dodging, because you are stuck. Like, you can't move when you cast. And your ultimate does not work when you shoot, I believe. I believe you have to hardcast after ultimate. Hold up, let's try that. Yeah, that doesn't look like it's working. Hold up. That does not look like it's working. Yeah, it definitely isn't working. We do need to hardcast. Let's just do that. The frames, oh my god. That might have been a bit much. Drive up to the new work site. Oh, good luck on you. Oh shit. Okay, this is an actual fight. Previously before the mini boss, this is like an actual fight. Chrysalis of broken dreams. Can we fuck with that? I wonder. Yes, we can. I just need to jump a little. Oh, never mind. Hold up. So we're gonna try to exploit this a little before we move over. And then she's going to go damage immune because we hit her into 50% mark. Let's go kill all the trash. Trash. Donk. But the range of this is so crazy. Technically, my range is worse while I'm in ultimate because your ultimate reduces your range to 100%, which is a bit disappointing. Lament of fading light. Ah, this thing. I'm lamenting! Wait, I'm repenting! I'm doing both. I'm lamenting being here. Okay, we're targeting there. Let's just ult spam. Oh, she's doing her plunge attacks. But she's doing them on Zoe, it looks like? I'm just gonna call her Zoe. Her name's Tabitha, it doesn't matter. Might as well cast ult while we wait, huh? We certainly have the range for it. There we go. That was good. That was pretty nice. Go straight to lunch break? Hell yes. So that's the first half done. Second half is now on Lisbel. God, I hope that part goes well. That's the part I'm worried about. Lisbel's the part I'm worried about. Summon Samael up. Summon Samael. And go. Whee! That's working. Broadly speaking, that's working. Technically, the longer enemies live, if they're not dead in one hit, we can have a much easier time building combo meter, as you can see right there. Donk, and then we just get to do this. And then rebuild combo meter. We're already at 50, we're already at 80, and we're back at max, so we get to do that again. Now we're losing all the combo meter. It's a lot easier that way if they live for like 2 or 3 hits. Feels cozier to play as well. Which is strange, right? Like you'd expect, okay, one-shotting everything to be the coziest way, but it genuinely isn't. Not on this spell anyway. Things ragdoll so hard that they feel controlled anyway when you hit them. You're not as reliant on the instant kill. And if they ever ragdoll out of range, you've got a very convenient instant jump that you want to cast anyway because it gives you 35% bonus attack for like 15 seconds because of her E1 or I1. It's always different ladders in all of these gacha games, right? Not a character gacha, but it has all the character gacha trappings, right? Because of how it converted, obviously. I'm just gonna call it by that. Like I made the shitty joke before, it's just in its DNA. So far that you're better off just throwing them off cliffs. I've done that too. Hey Kade, how you doing? Who needs to aim on the swing arcs? Others wide? Exactly. Why do you think I'm playing Lisbel? Precisely. Oh yeah, you asked about her plunge attack. That's it. It's not like anything to write home about. It's an attack. If you find it hard to see anything during the Lisbel portions, by the way, same. Absolutely same. Standard greatsword punch. I mean, Samael, by all accounts, is a standard greatsword, right? It's just a standard greatsword with an attack range of, like, this country. Whoever is the team that's responsible for, like, skill balancing really, like, looked at Lisbel and went like, okay, so for the skill Equip God, what do we want the mana cost to be? And someone else chimed up and said, nothing? I'm like, yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. Let's not pay any energy for this. One thing that is really going to be interesting to see is how they're going to take balancing approaches. So, in gachas, it's notoriously hard to nerf things once they're out, right? Notoriously hard. There are entire factions. I'm not endorsing this either, by the way. I'm not endorsing this at all. There are gigantic swathes of the fandoms of specific games that go on absolute riots and death threats when a character gets adjusted. So in general, in order to balance a character that is overpowered, most gachas will go the round of power creep. They will just introduce stronger content and stronger enemies. And stronger characters after the fact to deal with them. Because downwards adjusting characters is very frowned upon from the fandom side. Mind you, these people are assholes. However, Warframe does this a lot. DE tends to like nerf Warframes into the ground about a week after they release. Every fucking time without fail. Except for Noko somehow. So one thing that is going to be intensely interesting to me anyway is going to be to see how they handle their balancing. Are they going to go the gacha balancing route? Never nerf anything because, oh my god, I don't want to get doxxed from some basement dwellers? Or are they going to go the DE route of saying, listen, this shit disgusting, this cannot continue, we adjust. It's, I don't know, like legitimately interesting to see how they're going to go about this. You might have also realized that the boss fight I'm worried about is this thing, so I've stopped being worried. Mind you, it's going to go into a phase change right now that's really rough and about to kill me because I'm bad at the game. But here it is. Ah, the other way! Okay, never mind, we'll just eat that hit. We're just gonna eat a couple of those. Up. No, don't hit that. I need that. I do need you to be aware of her dodge animation, of her, like, slide animation, by the way. We go fast, like Sonic. Excuse me, sir. There we go. Feral Ripper. Hey, Dark Wolf, how you doing? I'm still calling you Dark Wolf after all of this. I'm so sorry. Hope you're doing well. Oh, it's broken again. Super Metroid with that dodge, right? Like I said, fast like Sonic. And then we stay up, and then we rip, and then it dies. You're welcome to continue if you want. Alright, I will then. It's just so ingrained. I hope you're doing well. And we're winning quite hard, yes. So that was Act 3. Well, they'll go bankrupt because no gacha and there will never be any need for balance. That might also be the case, yeah. Put Silverbaum on its head. So, that's our last 30 stars. And the thing that we're getting for this, and this is important, is we're getting a letter for Psyche. Psyche right now is a bit ass to farm. We got another 10 letters. I believe we have 30 now. But I'm not entirely sure, but I believe we have 30. We've now finished Classic and Featured. Now the next one is Immortal. And it starts at level 70, so I'm not touching that shit. Wait, it's only one? Wait, it's only one? Okay, never mind, we're touching that shit right now. Hold up. Hold up, I'm getting my grubby little fingers on it. A duck to be added. We will do that momentarily. Let me get my party together, and then we shall add. Wait, that's not a duck, that was the random thing, right? Hold up, never mind. Nate! Nothing! Nothing! My voice is giving up, and I don't quite know why, but it is concerning. It's concerning me a lot. I think we are gonna bring Rebecca for this. Not because she's the best. She might be the best pick, we'll see. We're very low level compared to this. Would have taken a duck. You know what? That's my favorite Siren. My favorite Siren can have a duck when she wants. You know what? I should pay my mods in streamloots packs. That's what I should do. Siren, would you accept payment in streamloot packs? Would you? This is a pressing question because I'm about to open streamloots. Same question to Arian, by the way. Let's not discriminate between mods. Arian, same question to you. Just because he's lurking doesn't mean he isn't there. He's always there. Which is very reassuring, by the way. It's very nice. A heart emoji is not an answer. I also accept video games. That's true. Remind me, Siren, can you do me a favor? Can you do me a favor? Can you send me a DM after stream? Or like now, that's also fine. Oh, I'm running into the stupid, so Streamloots has this thing where you can only give 10 packs a week unless you sell packs. I think it lifts that restriction if you sell a pack, and then you can just hand out packs. So right now we're just sending Siren 10 packs. And then we'll do more later when we can. When that has happened. If that has happened. Anything you want me to say? Hey moron, here's a reminder for the thing. That's it. Don't worry about it. Just a quick reminder, because... Oh, they do be living. Oh, they're living a lot. Oh, they're not doing anything, but they are alive. Let's fix that. I don't think we're supposed to be here. Ducklings, I don't think we're supposed to be here yet. This one's a bit... This one's a bit high. We're gonna try. But I don't think the gun mode works. We do need to, like, manual mode this. No, we're running out of mana. Yeah, of course we're running out of mana. We're doing this. I'm not built for mana consumption. If we ult here though. And then we hit all that down there, yes! All that the light touches. Exactly that. If you're getting free cards for that, you okay? Okay, then you will be. Then you will be. Ah! Okay, if we get them concentrated like that, maybe we need to find a different main weapon. Like, it pains me to say because I like this pistol a lot, but we might have to find a different main weapon that doesn't have this much ragdoll. While the ragdoll is great defensively, it is not great for keeping enemies in the AoE now, is it? Come here. Everyone in there. We're just old 6 skills, old 6 skills. No, my ragdoll. No, that's bad. Oh, that's really bad. Hold up. Now we're getting interrupted. The ult doesn't last all that long. It only lasts for 6 casts or until you, until 12 seconds elapse. So, we are in a bit of a hurry getting all of them out. So if we get interrupted, that's bad. Well, barely made it through, damn. Barely. Daphne, you okay? Thank you. The enemy's dead, Daphne. You can chill. Yeah, we definitely need more. Maybe, like, maybe we can make it to the first layer. Maybe. I mean, they're only level 70, right? Like, how bad can this be? He said without any mana whatsoever. At least we have ammo. Maybe I should have brought, like, mana restoration. I haven't even crafted those at all. Hey, Frev, how you doing? You've made it! I saw your earlier lurk. Hope you have a good day, dude. We're only halfway in now, damn. It's kind of what I want to see, but... Eh? The timer is racing. It's getting away from us. I wish there was a mod for cast speed. I don't think that exists. Yeah, we're... Oh, we might make it. Last second. Oh god. Oh my god. 18 kilometers run to finish the day? Damn, well done. Not even close. Never didn't have it, baby. Never didn't have it. Hold up. I need mana, I need mana, I need mana. The more ult we can cast, the better. The good news is that during ult, our casts are free, right? That's the important news. The bad news is that this frost caster, there's a frost guy in here somewhere, is wrecking my time. Not having enough damage is also wrecking my time, so that doesn't help, but... If we try to keep all of them over there... There. Mana back. You see the Ice Hell guy next to me? That's the guy that's doing it, and we've barely scratched them. We've barely scratched them. Hopefully the last ult cast. Okay, okay, okay. This one was faster. Now for the boss. Please let this work. Oh. I barely see its health bar moving. Ah, I can see it. It is moving. Most importantly, its brake bar is moving. Okay, okay. We can break this thing super easy. And then we stab it for some level of bonus damage. This is doable. This is doable. I believe, I believe, I believe, I believe. Oh, and then I got hit. Okay. Maybe I will need to, oh, I need to believe with my dodge button, not with my face. It's about to break again, but it's also about to go to 50% health, at which point it does the annoying thing of becoming invulnerable. Oh, weakness, weakness, weakness. Hold up. We're just going to execute this because it's going to go to 50. There it is. Ultimate. Let's see whether we can clear the trash quickly. Oh, that's all of them in one. Yes. Come on. I need a recast, please. Oh, there it is. I needed a recast. I got a recast. Next ult. Get them into one pile, or at least a pile. There we go. That's it. And now we've got like 50% damage bonus for the rest of this fight. We've got a minute left. That might be rough. I don't know. Directly before it breaks, we're just gonna ult. Now. And now we just hope for really good recasts. We got decent recasts. Nice! Hey AJ, how you doing? Hello, hello, hello. Act 2. No. We're clearly not supposed to be here yet. Great. But this is what, like an infinite mode of it? Where you can just push? I'm down for that. That's cool. But clearly... Oh no, it's not infinite, but it is deep. It is deep. Oh, we got nothing yet. The first one is at 10. Where you get 7 more psyche letters. Okay. The game just launched. We have ample time. This rotates out in 25 days, right? Aura! Yes and no. So, Do It Night Abyss was supposed to be a gacha. It was developed as a gacha, and then halfway through development, well, not halfway, late in development, they pivoted away. This is... It has a skin gacha, but it doesn't have a character, nor weapon, nor any progression whatsoever gacha. Everything that you see me throw at people is completely, like, farmed and free. So, speaking of that, it's also really annoying because I've got this exclamation mark stuck here that isn't going away. It wants me to redeem something here, but there's nothing there. Exclamation mark. So, we now have 20 psyche letters. 20. We only have 20. Oh no. Oh no, we only have 20. Oh fuck. This is going to suck. So, we're about to try and get a new character. If Snow could shut up, this would be great. So, this is Psyche. Psyche is a character I really want to play. Over here, if you're familiar with how relics work in Warframe, you know exactly how the system works. We have 3 tiers of rewards. The first reward is some XP, or a fragment. We want the letter fragment in that. Well, we don't want this at all, but... Second tier is a gelatin cube, which we need to make Forma, or 2 thoughts for Psyche. Third tier is 10 thoughts for Psyche. We need 30 thoughts. Hey, opposite opinions too? No, we saw what it was like in development, Khaled. That's not an opinion, by the way. There's no opinion about how this game was developed. There's facts about how this game was developed. And no, it was... If you look at this game, you can see the seams where they try to tear the gacha element out, the character gacha out, right? Here, let me show you the seams. I think they're pretty obvious. Look at this commission tab. This is all of the missions that you can farm. You can smell how there was a stamina display here and how these all cost stamina before, right? All of these. This was all like stamina shit. That's no longer there. Look at all the character dupe stuff. This was all character dupes from Gacha. Like, this game is built from the ground up as a character gacha. And then they got rid of it. But the basis, the UI for it, it's all still there. It's all still there. That's not a matter for opinion. That's, like, fact. Like, we know what this game was like in development. Like, there's evidence of how this game looked like in development. This didn't come out of a black box and now people can, like, muse poetically about, like, what if it was developed as a normal game and then they added a skin gacha to it? No, that's... Like, we know how it was developed. Anyway, don't give a shit. We're gonna try to farm Psyche. We need 30 of these. 30 of these. We only have 20 letters. This might go well, it might not. So, we have Exploration, Defense, and Escort. I usually like playing the endless modes for this. It's just slightly more comfortable than playing anything else. Unless it's exactly... I forgot what the game mode is called. However, in 6 minutes, the game modes are going to change. So for now, we're gonna go into this. We're going to pick our Psyche letter here. We can pick anything we have. This is also how we farm weapons, and also how we farm the blueprints for the stronger mods in the game. The same system. Let's do this. Touch. And now... We could not go AFK and just let our NPCs do this, because, like, these are level 40 and... In fact, how are you doing, Chad? You having a good day? Read any good books lately? Made any good toast recently? Anything? It turns out that low-level content like this isn't, like, particularly difficult. Excuse me, sir. How dare you? This is even funnier if you're playing Rebecca. Because if you're playing Rebecca, you plant your jellyfish and then you're done. Like, your jellyfish will just do the rest of the stage for you. There are obviously also objectives that are much more movement intensive, that aren't just kill a couple guys, that are... Like, do this, rescue this, sabotage this. Like, that all exists, but... For now, we're gonna be seeing it today, obviously, but we're not gonna be seeing it, like, in this particular run. So, we don't care about XP, we don't care about XP. These are very easy to farm. Letters, we pick the letters. This isn't good. It's not the desired outcome, but it's what we get. 1 down, 19 left to go. And yes, we will do all of these. You're farming characters right now too? What are you farming, Alex? What character have you decided on? We could go around and, like, grab the thingies. Oh, there's one right here. Capture missions with truffle? Yeah, that's ridiculous. That's true. You're just kind of there, right? Same if you do mediation, I believe it's called. Mediation with truffle is also just silly. I lost track of where the thingy was. We're going back. That spot is just such a friendly kill spot. There. We're just gonna sit here. I managed not to bash my head in? Yeah. I would have that problem too. You're shiny alpha hunting in ZA? Ooh, what's your target? What's your target, AJ? And nothing. I mean, I'm used to it. I farmed Niffle, but still. Boop. Shits down on BTA, but Guild Wars 2 had an X-Pack. Yeah, Menden has been complaining about it. Hope you're enjoying it, Aura. Hope you're enjoying it. Any of them, there's an area in the game that spawns 67 different alphas in the same spot. Oh, I know where you are. Yeah, I know where you are. Okay. Okay, here's the question. Do you have your shiny char? Or are you doing this raw? That's the real question. You just got to Sanctuary? Wow, you've been sidetracking, huh? Nothing! Ah, Psyche. Normally I wouldn't mind. With the letters that are already in, like, shop, I wouldn't mind. But damn, the RNG production sucks. This is one thing that I'm not a fan of. And unfortunately, they're kind of doubling down on it. New characters. New release characters are going to be available in Theater, the mode that we just played first. But they're not endlessly available. You can only get so many of their letters, and after you're done with those, that's it. Like, you can't get more copies. They eventually then move to the weekly bosses, which are also limited in a much worse way, because they all have their entry shared. There's no way that system sticks around, by the way. Not like that. Like, at least the entries need to be, like, separate per boss. At least that. And then after they're done there, then they go to shop where they're endlessly farmable. That means if they release, like, a really cool new character that you really, really want, you can't E6 that shit. Unless you pay $70 per copy. $70 to $80 per copy. Which is like, what? What? What do you mean? If I ever play this game again, I'm not grinding to get again. Yeah, I didn't like the combat for it. That was my problem. The combats for it were fucking annoying. Everything else I didn't mind. Everything else I didn't mind. But it's doing that or doing what Laxi did, which is spend 20 hours on a shiny furfru. Which, like... and that's not an alpha either. Oh, that's a normal guy. Hold up. Oh, now he's gone. An actual enemy, hmm? The last two chapters we got, what, for Guild Wars, Khaled? For Guild Wars? I haven't been on the Guild Wars train for so long. I played at launch for quite a lot. The original Guild Wars 2 launch. I remember the alpha and beta weekends. They were so fucking fun, dude. That was a rank 2, but the wrong rank 2. And then I played, like, during launch quite heavily, and the progression. I just dislike the progression so much. Guild Wars progression just does not interest me in the slightest, and it actively lessens my enjoyment of the game. Niffle? Nifle is awful, Niffle is awful. There's no good name for this woman. How much is your trigger prob? On weapon, 100%. Trigger probability on weapon is 100%, but the skill isn't maxed yet, so it's not 65% yet. Laxi's a precious gooby, that's true. Laxi's wonderful. Laxi's great. I really like her. I can show you the gun build after we're out of here. It's not done. Like, nothing's done. The game released fucking 2 days ago, right? But we're at 100%. Oh my god. You're being annoying. Video game. Doop. You E6'd her? Yeah, of course. Like, she's kind of awful before that. But she isn't awful. She's a very static skill spammer before that. This is an E6 Niffle, yeah. Wouldn't say she's awful. That was an instinctive reaction to something that doesn't clear as fast as Rebecca. which is everything. Sir, please, thank you. On the other sibling, right? It's so fucking worth it. And it didn't even take all that long. It did take all of my letter fragments yesterday. Did that yesterday. Took all the letter fragments I had. Wasn't fast, but wasn't bad either. Like, I expected to spend like a day on it. It took like, what, a couple hours? 2-3 hours maybe? Like, I've done worse farms. 121. I can tell you the exact number once I'm out. It does keep a record of how many you've cleared, right? Did you find any other interesting guns to run with her outside of this one? Obviously, the flamethrower people are using. I don't like the flamethrower. The range sucks. We're mostly mid-range anyway, so the flamethrower would be fine, but I like the option. I'm considering building the whatchamacallit, the chain lightning gun. This is one of the best for her. The ragdoll is a blessing and a curse at the same time, though. I love this gun, but okay, this sucks. Let's go reset. The other one's tested. Yeah, like the one that I'm thinking of is the chain lightning gun. The chain lightning assault rifle. This one triggers a lot more. I mean, yeah, it has double shots, but the shot frequency per second isn't too great. As long as you get your trigger per second, that's all you need, right? I have 39. Yeah, there goes Menton. Menton has altered everything in the game. Menton has altered everything. Let's hold up. Let's look at this first. Niffle. We have 3 Niffles left. 131. 131. Which is... then... Niffle mods. Nope. Demon wedges. This is where we're sitting right now. I need to farm like some of the higher end stuff. We're on Prime Serenity, Prime Wildfire, Volition. Probably, I could just spam more Volitions, I suppose. Standard Volition, Standard Spectrum, and then right now I'm on Inspo, but this doesn't matter, right? Like, you don't hardcast enough for this to be relevant. We just want damage and range, I guess. And I just ran out of damage and range mods. I also kind of don't want to be on Rescue. I don't like Rescue, but Steadfast is a 15% DPS decrease. But Steadfast, where is it? Steadfast is cozy as fuck. Hit stun immunity is so nice. But the 15% damage decrease is a bit spooky. I run this on this spell. Even though this spell has other ways to become hit stun immune. I might switch to it if we do content where things actually hit me, but right now the ragdoll like it takes care of that. So that's Niffle. And then this isn't even 60 yet. This is where we are with the gun. It's purely trigger probability, and that's it. That's enough. And now we're building for like crit, multi-shot, crit damage. This probably never will do any damage whatsoever. But hey, you were running Onslaught on her? Hold up. I'm not super firm with all of the mod names yet. Forgive me for that. My Warframe brain tells me, I know what Onslaught looks like there. But the names are a bit hard. Decreases damage taken by 12%, defeating an enemy grants 1 stack, then increases attack. Why do you care about attack? This is something that I don't understand yet. There's one big thing that I don't understand yet. What the fuck does the attack stat do? What does the attack stat actually do? I do not know. I do not fucking know. It annoys me to no end. Because you can look at your skills, right? You can look at your skills. And under attribute details, it will tell you what you do. And when you click on them, it tells you what it scales with. This scales with skill damage. Let's try something. Let's try something. Let's go hit something. Shall we? Because if attack actually does something... Teach me? Oh, no, we're finding out together now. I do a lot of like mechanical deep dives and like teaching shit, but I started this game with everyone 2 days ago, so this is like a communal learning moment is what this is. So let's see what we can find out about this. For those of you that aren't super familiar with the game yet, every character has an attack type. This will always be the character's element. If you look at your attribute information, it doesn't tell you what attack actually does. It only says when triggering bonus effects inflicts a stack that deals periodic lumino damage, but that's the lumino part of the attack. It isn't what actual attack is. You could think, hey, attack influences your damage. Fair. Is it only your weapon damage though? Because weapons also have their own attack. Is it your skill damage? Is it anything? What does attack actually affect? I have no fucking idea. So, we're going to spawn one dumb fuck. They're not going to be active. Does Invincible make them immune, or does it just say... Fuck it. We're going to spawn one idiot. There's an idiot. 18,000? 900? 17 to 19,000. Right? Maybe just make sure they don't die. That's what I was hoping for. We'll send that to hell. There we go. Demon Wedgies. Let's go take this out. This does nothing. Instead, let's go take attack. Attack! Whoop. We have a Blaze Eternity here that we can just slot in really nicely. And then we've got... You know what? Let's put in that. 96% attack, right? Spawn the same idiot at the same level. Complain about momentum like everyone else. That does 5,000 more damage per hit. Well, that was the easiest testing in my fucking life. That isn't even difficult to see. That's obvious. Okay, we want attack. All right, we could do so much more damage on her, it turns out, if we just equipped attack. Okay, so that leads me to the following. Attack is the base damage you do. Skill damage then increases the damage you do because it's all just percentages of the base value. Meaning increasing your base value, that's the point that makes sense again, increases the output. Attack isn't attack damage penetration. I mean, you have also stats as attack damage reduction, so my guess is your attack is how much you penetrate that reduction. Nope, it's just damage. Attack is base damage? Yeah, it's probably just base damage. I've been doing 55k to a level 180? Same guy? That's great. That's fantastic. That's absolutely fantastic. Next thing I want to see. Same guy? Max level? On? So this is 25. Yeah, 25 dark. And how much light? 25 light. Does the character attack I just gained influence the damage that I do with the gun proc at all? 24, 24. Yes, it does. So character attack influences that trigger as well. That was almost guaranteed a given. That was almost always going to be true, but I needed to make sure. That changes a couple of things. So the first thing that changes is that we now actually need to worry about our melee weapon. The way that characters work is that every character has a preferred weapon style. For Nifel, that is a katana and a pistol. She needs a knife and a rifle. A Nifel. When you fulfill this, you gain more attack when you use those exact weapons. So, if we had a katana equipped, this would do, like, we would have more attack. We will need that. There is only one katana that really comes to mind. It's this. It's called Wither Shade. Why this one? Because it says 36% more skill range. Wither Bane? Isn't Wither Bane the scythe? No, that's Wayne Wraith. Whatever. This one. No, it's not. It's this one. With a shade. Bonus skill range. I don't have that. We'd have to farm it. Not a problem. We can farm that. We're already on a pistol. However, here's a question. Does pistol attack do anything about this? By any chance? 11. Fine. Be that way, be that way, be annoying. That's okay. Does pistol attack change anything about this? Is it all attack or is it just some attack? 24k was our previous number.
Yep.
No, wait, that was plus 800. It might have actually. That might not matter. Link! I mean, Warframe is Wisp. I don't know what you're talking about. Twitch seems a bit laggy. Ah, I'm sorry. So what does that lead us to believe? It leads us to believe that... Can I... Let's get rid of this real quick. Let's add more attack. Let's just add more attack to this thing. We want the multi-shot, ultimately, but... So we're still around the 2500, right? Same thing. Slash not Lumino doesn't matter. If that mattered, then why does your Umbra damage go up? Remember, the second part of your skill is Umbra damage. Why would that go up if you increase your Lumino attack then? It's because the damage type doesn't matter. Nah. It's character attack that matters. It's character attack that matters. This poses a very interesting question. This poses a very interesting question, and one that is really hard to answer. The interesting question is... How much does 60% character attack do compared to 24% skill damage? Let's find out! Because I reckon this isn't going to be equivalent. If it even matters at all. Fun fact, it doesn't actually change anything. That's hilarious. Well, it changes something, it just doesn't... Please trigger. Okay. That changes... There is no good katana with character attack, so it doesn't super matter for a finished build. Come on, gimme, thank you. Because we'd want... the... Isn't there? Hold up. We have... Never mind. This is better, isn't it? We want to build this thing instead. So that means we're not on Withershade. We're not on Withershade. To recap real quick. When we lost 24% skill damage and replaced it with 60% character attack, we did about the same damage. Which means this is a damage factor in the calculation. So, we're picking this thing, huh? 50% character attack, 36% range. Range is fine, but during ult, your range is gone anyway. We could go crit damage too. This can't crit, can it? If you put item which gives plus X% skill lasts longer, this AoE will stay longer on ground. No, no, it doesn't. It's not an AoE that's persistent, Khaled. The AoE, it's just a tick of damage. The reason why it happens multiple times is because every single tick of it has a chance to spawn another one. But that is not a duration problem. That is based on this thing here, called Interwoven Cries. 42% of our ranged weapon trigger probability is converted to trigger an additional spell. Once again, this isn't maxed yet. This goes much, much higher. It goes to 65% eventually. Skill usage, I believe, ult converts any range over 100% into skill damage. It does that. You're absolutely right, Snow. It does that. I forgot about that. Yes. So ult sets you down to 100%. And you're absolutely right. It does convert any excess into bonus damage. That is better. However, remember that your shots, like the shit from your E6, doesn't do anything on ult. It doesn't play with ult. Man, attack or skill damage better. I think the range is better in that case. Skill range. I would say the skill range makes that better. A really easy comparison, by the way. 60% character attack, roughly held step with 24% skill damage. 36% range converts to 36% damage during ult. Which means 36 versus 50. If 60 and 24 are roughly equal, then 36 versus 50 is much in favor of the 36. Right? That's much, much better then. On top of that, the range matters outside of ult as well because you hit more idiots. Whereas the character attack is just gonna add some mild damage. What level is your skill at, Snow? What level is your E at? Because this thing scales like crazy, right? This thing scales like hell. I'm still level 60. Max like yours? Mine isn't max, mine's level 6. Absolutely, Khaled, absolutely. If you've got any questions, like, I don't have all the answers. I have barely any answers, right? Like everyone else has started the game 2 days ago. I didn't play the closed alphas like other people. So like the peasants I started 2 days ago. But I'd be happy to like look at stuff. That's half the shit that I do on stream anyway. Like I look at stuff, we try to figure shit out together. This is super interesting, by the way. I wish I had a katana to test this on. I wish we had one to try this on. We might just have to make one. The one thing that we've learned that we can instantly incorporate into our strategy, though, is attack matters. Attack matters so fucking much. Level 60, all level 6. I did not use the increased Lumino. And is E6. Okay. Okay, cool. How the fuck are you doing double damage then? The katana itself can't be the difference, right? Is your mod build considerably different from mine? Do you have anything cool? Wait! Fucking hell! This means Helios's Gleam and Glimmer matters as well. Ooh! Wait a second. This makes this thing matter. I neglected to build this because I figured, who gives a shit? Who gives a shit about attack? But this now matters meaningfully. Where's the display for character attack? Character, attribute, up there. I was trying to ping it like I'm on Tabletop Simulator. Just there. And if you want explanations, it's this button here. This button behind me. Hold up, let me switch to a different side. There. The other side. Can I... Oops. Can I fit that? Without... The answer is yes. But I'm maining this character anyway. I don't give a shit putting form on her like crazy. I don't mind that at all. Boom. Skill duration helps slightly for ult. It doesn't matter. Unfortunately, we can't really scale Gleam and Glimmer because we don't go massive skill duration. Increase the Lumino character's attack by their current skill duration times 45.6%. I think it just uses the raw values of that, right? So that's 60% more attack-ish right now. That's not super great. This is weird? What's weird? What you got? What have you got? Buttons. So if we run this again one more time. How much is this hitting for now? 25 was previous. 29. So we went from 19 to 30k. That's a pretty simple change, and we can capitalize on that build much more in the future as we progress the character. We can go down this route even harder. Hell, we can make an argument. I want to make that argument so bad, though. We don't need this. This is funny, but it doesn't need to be here. This needs to be here. That doesn't need to be here. Let me try a thing. Oh, you're just clashing with impetus? That's okay. Spoiling me too. That's it. My weapon mods are super far behind. We need to farm that a lot. There's no total display for your character plus weapon that I can see. Yeah, no, that doesn't exist. And that's because I'm pretty sure they're separate. At this point, I'm kind of convinced that your weapon attack isn't influenced by your character at all. I originally thought the attack stat on a character modifies your weapon damage. Because it's attack, and then you've got skill damage for skills, you know, like in Warframe. That doesn't have attack, doesn't matter. But I'm damn sure right now that this attack stat stands alone and has nothing to do with your character. And your character doesn't have anything to do with this. So if you hit someone with this, they take that damage. The waters get a bit muddied if we look at Lisbel. Because this shit's an ability and a weapon. So this one's a bit weirder. And also, I don't have anything for it. This one gets modified by its own attack, and then its swings are specifically skill damage. This is Samael's attack chain right here. You can see it there, and it specifically scales off of skill damage too. So this one's a bit, but that's because consonant weapons are once again broken, right? It's just like exalted weapons in Warframe. They're fucking bonkers. Being the character damage affects the elemental procs on weapon attacks. The damage type definitely does, but who fucking knows what the actual dot is? No idea. Waiting, yep, waiting. How about Lisbel, yeah? I like that Nifel is like that clean cut because Lisbel has been a fucking nightmare to think about in terms of damage. Love this gremlin, by the way. Second favorite character in the game. Adorable. Annoying as fuck. But if you're running English voice lines, one of her level up sounds is, let's protect these weirdos together, and I instantly loved her. She needs crit damage on her old weapon. Yep. So you're gonna run into a problem with that. You're gonna run into a problem with that. And that is that Samael, as a consonance weapon, has a crit chance and crit damage, but has barely any fucking slots. You only have 4 slots to fuck with here. This can take crit, absolutely. There's 10% crit chance here. This can take crit, but I don't know how much. I would reckon raw attack is probably better. Using her for immersive theater, that's what I did as well. So now that's how I cleared immersive with her and Nifel. Those are my two frontline characters. Helps that she's bonkers. But my Lisbel isn't what stage? I cleared the first 2 modes, and then I only did the first set of the last repeating one. Here, I can just show you. Chapter 2, stage 3. I never remember what the shit is, sorry. There we go. This Immortal Repertoire. And then like this one was just obnoxious to clear, so I just ended. I just left it there. This one was a bit shitty. We're stuck on Act 3. Oh, this one? In featured repertoire? We just did this one on stream, and I don't think I think I could have fallen asleep during it. This one I think I could have fallen asleep during. Not to brag. This isn't for bragging reasons. We're talking about experiences, right? Like if you're Nifel Lisbel, you can carve through this shit. make sure that I'm running Tabitha as support, so you know, like run a good character instead. That would help. I don't know, like make sure you bring what's her face. You bring main character. You go to office tomorrow? Ah, gotcha. So, here's the plan. We're going to go back into Covert. I'm gonna burn the last of the Psyches. We're probably not getting Psyche, but so be it. Ooh, Dismantle! Dismantle we're running differently. I don't have that team anymore. Dismantle is a mode that is made for the brain dead. So exactly for me. Dismantle is exactly made for me, which is great. I love not thinking. Gun. Bow. Go. Here's why Dismantle is made for the brain dead. Thanks for the info. No, absolutely. You let some build get hire this guy. You couldn't pay my normal rate. Nah. I do exclusively live content. Everything else is too much hassle. I'm a hobbyist. But thank you. That you saying that, Snow, means a lot. Those are very kind words. So here's Rebecca. And here's also the reason why I think multiplayer in this game is a bit shit at the moment. And that's the mission. We're done. Yay. I think if you're really good at movement, running Truffle in this is optimal. Truffle, charge into the thing, turn around to the next one, I think might be optimal for movement speed. Gonna stay safe out there, Snow. Stay safe out there, okay? The Demon Lord of Light! So, this is the reason why I don't like multiplayer at the moment. There's a lot of modes that work exactly like this. Exactly like this. And waiting for someone to ready and then load in takes longer than actual playing. That's something the game does not do well. Oh, the redeem codes! Yeah, absolutely. For anyone that's playing and doesn't have those redeem codes in yet, thank you, Snow, for providing them. That's really kind. Go grab those. You can go here to redemption code, and you can get all of them in there. Even if you're not playing on Epic, by the way, the Epic code works. Ooh, I think there's one that I haven't used yet. Hold up. We're not getting Psyche. We're just not getting Psyche. Which sucks because I really want Psyche. A Psyche, for those of you that don't know how the character works, is Titania. For my Warframe players, Psyche is basically not one-to-one Titania, but she's Titania. Close enough that it matters. Hell yeah. Stuff. Would you pin the codes? Sure, you can do that. Absolutely. If you want to. There's a part of me that wishes they had gone full Genshin and we'd actually have character swapping. Notoriously, I don't like character swapping in Genshin. I do not like the combat system at all. But man, I want to switch to Truffle for movement and then switch back to Rebecca for killing. I really want to. There we go, we're done. That's it. 10 pieces? Okay, hold up. We've never been so back. 1/3. We're 1/3 of the way done. We're 1/3 done and we have half the codes left. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. But there is a chance. There is a chance. Please. I don't want to like sit through what Adrelian had to set through. Adrelian was trying to farm rhythm from world bosses and didn't get enough. It's annoying. Marketplaces and trading. I mean, if this game adopted the Warframe economy, that would be an entirely different beast, right? Tradable currency and everything, yeah. But they're clearly still attached to like parts of their old business model. Awful. We don't want any of that. You know what? I'm gonna try something. We're gonna try something. Screw it. So these little gremlins aren't super built for me. They're not super built. I don't know how much damage the pig does right now, if I think about it. How much damage does Ruffle do at the moment? Let's try this. We're going back into covert. We're picking Psyche. Covert, dismantle. But make a new team. Select. In she goes. Best weapons we can find. Boy. Actually, what are her preferred weapons? Hold up, shit, I forgot. Do we know? Polearm and bow. Oh, we're on polearm and bow. Perfect. Perfect. We want the attack bonus. We kind of need the attack bonus. And then we still got Niffle because someone needs to kill something. And if all else fails, there. I'm gonna try this. I'm going to fail now. You're now about to see awful movement and how to not do it. But we might just fall off a cliff. Can I touch this while on pig? Yes, we can touch this while pig. Nope. Wait, shit, that works. There's no way this works. Done. Well, guess what we're doing for the rest of this? Let's go. Can you helix jump while on pig? Can you helix while pigged? Because I reckon the answer is probably fuck no. Oh, I didn't kill that. Woo! No, the answer is no, you cannot. You cannot helix while pig. You can hit things though. This map is a bit disadvantageous. If you jump while charging, you fly. I need height, not length, is the problem. Height, not distance. It was a fucking masterpiece. This was great. The other one wasn't. So, if you ever wonder again of whether Truffle and Filbert are a good character, Ring Song, there you go. They're wonderful. Some maps more so than others. What if we... Oh, never mind. We got stuck there. We just hit that, and then this one we dash. Pigu dash. Up. This is still faster than normal doing this. It's still way faster. And we get to ride a pig. Isn't that great? Dude, no second fragments so far. Nothing. Try jump attacks on her if you get in a situation where you need to move and damage and don't want to charge. Okay. I know exactly where we get to try this. I know exactly where that makes sense. Good idea. But this, I think, is a very, very good like microcosm of how I feel about DNA so far. DNA, by all accounts, currently isn't particularly good. I'll say that. I think I'm relatively justified in that. I see. However, you see opinions going everywhere, right? Like, oh, this game is unplayable. It's certainly not unplayable. I also wouldn't say that it's particularly bad at the moment. Dude, stop. DNA is undercooked. Hella undercooked. You can tell that they changed development very, very late. You can see the stitches. The game is lacking in all ways, shape, or forms. Left, right, and center. But the thing that is there is kind of fun as fuck. Like, you can't tell me that that's not fun as hell, right? Oh, and then we get stuck anyway. Whee! Oh, I can make that turn. I know I can. Hell yeah! That was almost good. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. The dream's still alive. 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 Magnus! Hello, Magnus. We've got 4 more tries. We have 4 more tries. Okay, ducklings. I need your RNG. The good one, please. Like, you can keep the bad one. Oh, 4 more. Let's do this. We take this and then we go. Do a little round. Do a little dash. Get down tonight. There we go. Okay, nothing on that one. Nothing on that one. Someone reminds me of Shion ult. Yes! It's, you know what, Aaron, it's even more fitting because we're really hard to kill during this too. We're so hard to kill during this. She's a healer, but A, she's fast as fuck. Everything she does has knockback. And you get active damage reduction and healing as you go. Truffle is a wonderful character. And that's before we even talk about Filbert. Oh, got bonked. So SSR then what? Truffle and Filbert? They are, but you also, first of all, they're farmable. Second of all, you also get them for free. Right now, there's a very early side quest where you just get 1 copy of them. 2 more. Might have wasted when I got a random Hishi Amazon on a single pull. Oh, Sinjin! That's great! And also, fuck you! But congrats. I don't think that's a waste. Certainly using it. A Pigu damage scales off... It scales off HP? Oh, I didn't know that. I thought this scaled off of damage. Oops. There has to be a better way up here. Like the slow walk of shame at the... Oh my god, you do go flying, you're right. Holy shit. You do just go flying. Last one. Just like 300%. Initially, I wish I had like a soundboard with that in Freb. This would be the right time to just play Initial D. This is silly. I love it. But to finish my earlier thought, this is like a really good microcosm of that, right? Like, the game itself has major fucking issues. Like, down to its core. I keep saying down to its DNA as a joke, but that's like truly what I mean. Like, it has fundamental issues. But... God, can I see a world in which this game becomes great. It does, unironically, remind me of exactly Warframe. When Warframe launched, for those of you that don't know, some of you might compare this to Warframe and go like, wait, this doesn't hold up at all. And you're right. But modern day Warframe is a 12-year-long, more than 12-year-long development story of improvements made. Early game Warframe was fucking dog shit. Trust me, I was there. I was there for it. I played closed. I was there. We're not even just talking about there's a stamina system, or super jump is an ability on Excalibur and bullet jumping doesn't exist. Bullet jumping was a bug originally, amongst many other things. We're talking about a game that was bare bones. Original Warframe was absolutely bare bones. It was set up as a grinder, but there was nothing really there. And you can think about modern day Warframe what you will. I personally, like I said, I've been playing for 12 years. I'm a founder, blah. I've spent way too much money on that game, so I'm always going to be biased. But modern day Warframe is an unreasonable product to compare anything to, because it's 12 years of active development. What DNA reminds me of, at its core, is early day Warframe. It has fundamental issues, but damn do I see the world in which this gets great, if it gets there. That's always the disclaimer. With Warframe, we had the same question. Man, if this game just survives long enough, it's going to be cool. And we were all worried it wasn't going to survive then. Warframe made it. DE made it. They survived. Long enough for the game to become good. With people that were dedicated enough to make the game good. If I ever meet Steve IRL, I will offer him an enthusiastic handjob. Just so that you're aware. Right? But I find myself asking the exact same questions that I asked during early day Warframe. Is this going to live long enough? What about Pablo? Pablo gets more than just an enthusiastic handjob. Pablo can have whatever he wants. Anyway, fuck. I find myself asking the exact same questions. Is this going to live long enough to be this cool? It might. I'm not going to be here saying, I'm not going to be the doomsayer of going like, oh, dead game, dead game. I'm not going to do that. But it is a legitimate question. This thing needs time. DNA needs time. It's very, very apparent this needs time. Does it get that time? Where did they go from here, monetization-wise? I think their current monetization offerings are bad, both for the players and for them. I flat out don't think that what they're offering is worth buying. The game's worth playing, I will say that, but I don't think what they're offering is worth buying at the prices that they're offering it at. And where do they place their weight on the scale? There's a very, 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 very important scale that's sitting at the core of this game at the moment. And on one side of that scale is the developing of additional content. On the other side of that scale is the fixing and revamping of the core game. As a developer, you only have so many resources. Where are they placing those resources? They just made a post. It's in here somewhere. I think it's this Luna's Bulletin thing. They just made a post in which they started talking about their future plans. This is worth reading, by the way. I'm not going to go through all of it right now, but this is super worth reading. And they start with like mobile graphics and controls. I'm always going to be a PC player, or at least at minimum a console player. I don't give a shit about mobile and graphics and controls. However, for the majority of the game, it is good that these things get addressed on the mobile platform as well, because a non-insignificant version of their player base is going to come from there. So it's good that they're looking at this. They're offering direct goals by the end of November. Cool. But then the second thing they're launching into is immediately new characters and weapons. This isn't saying, hey, we're going to bring this out tomorrow. Like, there's another game that I want to play at the moment that has that problem where instead of fixing the game, they just make new characters, new weapons, and new skins. They're just selling more and more shit instead of fixing the game. Bonus points to you if you can figure out what game I'm talking about. One tiny hint, I was almost playing it today. They're not talking about, hey, we're making this new thing. They're talking about how the system works. They're explaining how the system works. That's great. And how they're looking at developing new things in the future. But this isn't what I wanted to see on the topic 2. What I needed to see is, here is the, like, they're talking about receiving feedback. What I needed to see was them talking about what they're going to do with that. There's like server looping issues, whatever, okay, performance, delayed purchases, who gives a shit? The people that bought it, obviously, they care. Controller support, that is important. Crashes, that's important. New additions to the Fox Scene Shop. Honestly, this shouldn't even be in here. Like, they're talking about like commission manuals, which is fine, whatever. But this shouldn't be in here. Like, stop talking about your stupid shop. You have other priorities right now, right? And then, like, here's the apology stuff they're sending out. This is nice. Whatever. 200 secret letters certainly, 200 secret letter clues certainly saved my ass today because I was out after the Nifel farm. But I need to see concrete shit about like, hey, we know like you don't like the handling. You know, like everything's clunky as hell. We're working on that. Where are they placing their development weight on that scale? How are they distributing it? There's always going to be both. There's always going to be a part of the developing team that makes new content, because it is live service, and a part that says we need to fix up shit that we already have. I need a considerable weight on that part. Where will they place themselves? First Descendant? First Descendant does have that problem, but that's not, funnily enough, not the game I'm thinking about, Crembo, no. But First Descendant is a very, very good candidate for exactly that question. Yes. There's a German saying. There's a German saying that goes, das Kind ist in den Brunnen gefallen. The child has fallen into the well. And it's a phrase that we use to describe something that's hopeless already. Like, oh yeah, that's done and dusted. That's over with. Like, child's fallen into the well. It's dead. First Descendant is that. First Descendant has fallen into the well. Like, it's gonna fucking die down there. Why is it so grim? It's German! That's why. Because it comes from a time when rescuing people from like being stuck in wells was difficult or not worth it. Or you only rescued them because you needed the water supply to be clean and not necessarily because you needed them alive. Everything for being grim. Love the spelling, Arian. Love the spelling. True. Nice wordplay. Maddie! You're not late. You're not late. I'm glad you're here at all, Maddie. Thank you so much for dropping in. Because I gave over in gameplay and it's just shoving tits in your face. And far be it from me, like, to non-appreciate a nice pair of tits. Don't get me wrong, right? But First Descendant has so many structural issues as a game that they're plastering over with blatant power creep and make new character. The game itself is just not interesting to play anymore. It's interesting to look at. And, like, if you're that kind of gooner that needs to pay money, like, porn's free on the internet, you know that, right? I will never understand people like that. If you drop into the well and aren't trying to come back up with a few bottles of cold beer, stay down there! Why are the bottles of cold beer down the well, Link? That's the question. Designed with gamers in mind. Yeah, sure. Sure. No, the game that I was thinking of is Once Human. Once Human. It's ironic to talk about Once Human like that because they literally just came out with a new server with new mechanics, and I was almost playing that today. If I wasn't going on a mini break, we'd be playing that tomorrow. We might be playing that tomorrow on Discord, by the way. But they have that problem. That game has so many structural issues. Once Human Palworld collab? Yeah, I desperately want to look at that, Cat Cafe. I desperately want to look at that. We obviously famously played Palworld a couple of times on this channel. Once in a big collab, twice in a big collab, actually. I have a bunch of seasons on Once Human under my belt. I'm not afraid to admit that. I do like the game, or I wish I had more reasons to play it. I do have a couple of seasons under my belt. Technically, I'm part of the creator program. Disclaimer, technically, I'm part of the Once Human creator program. I've never done anything with or for them because I think their creator program isn't great. Okay, I'll talk about this. I don't know whether I didn't sign an NDA or anything. The way that they structure their creator program is weird. They demand really high commitment, especially from live streamers, for content creation, for like almost no payoff. For example, one of the things they frequently done is like, hey, make 5 hours of content and you're getting the meta-human pass, which is, I think, $5? Like, so you want to pay me a dollar an hour to make content for you? Okay, fuck you. I'm not a big fan of their content creator program. There's also some like internal bullshit in it that I'm not going to go into because this isn't your problem. But like, so technically I'm part of that creator program, just never done anything for them, don't care. But I've been staying blind on what that Palworld collab server thing is, and I'm very interested to see how it works. But that is something that I want to do live with you all. That is something that I want to do live with people. And originally that was going to be either today's or tomorrow's stream. But we'll see. That's how the name it says is grim. Yeah, that was the joke, Caliph. That was the joke. Yeah. It's convenient for outdoor grilling, really? But what if you run out of children to fetch the beer from the well? Like, what do you do then, huh? Maddie, you are the best duckling. Well done. That's when you sent the ducks. Yeah, that makes sense. Never mind. We can fly and swim. Good point. Good point. Good point. Very good point. You learn about the link. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. Are you sure you're allowed to be within like a couple 100 meters of a school? Grab you once. You people. You fucking people, I swear. When the ducks and well children are really optional, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, that's fair, that's fair. Children are really optional anyway. You shouldn't have any. Did I talk about this on stream? Did I complain about this on stream last week? Last week, I made a really nice goulash. I made like the mother of all goulash. Dude, holy shit. You looked at the meat and it fell apart. Fucking fantastic. Oh, it was so good. So we had that for lunch. We had that for dinner with the entire family, right? But me being me, I made way too much goulash, so I put the rest as... I put the rest away, right? I put the rest in the fridge as leftovers, and the next day... Mind you, the rest of the goulash was like close to a kilo. There was close to a kilo of it left. So I put that away. And the next day I go like, dude, goulash left over, let's go! Really looking forward to it. I hobble downstairs. Remember, foot still broken, right? Still in a cast. I hobble downstairs to the fridge. And the goulash is gone. Like all of it. It's all just gone. So I go to the, I write in the family group chat and go like, yo, who's got the goulash, right? Who took the goulash? Who did it? And yeah, lo and behold, my 14-year-old goes like, I was hungry, but it wasn't lunch yet. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm like, no, it's fine. It's fine. If children are highly optional, they eat your food. Turns out teenagers eat a lot. He ate that as a snack in between, by the way. Motherfucker ate that as a snack in between meals. Love that kid, but holy shit. Holy fucking shit, dude. Mind you, we then had lunch and he was still hungry. Teenagers, I swear, teenagers. Don't have any. Don't have any. If you already have some, too late. Now you have to deal with them, obviously. Do the best you can. But don't get any. I'm still sad about that goulash, dude. They must be getting close to evolution. Yeah, this one's evolving. The string attached to the candy is long enough and all that practice led to a great throwing arm. That's what fishing poles are for, Link. If you don't have a full freezer after it wasn't proper goulash making, I mean, I only have so many like proper pots to make it in, right? That's the problem. It gets a second soonish. Yeah, it's still a while before she turns teenage, but yeah. Sevenköpfige Raupe, yeah, exactly. The hungry teenage pillar. Now I want goulash, dude. Fuck. Now I want goulash. But yeah, to like go back to the topic that we were originally talking about, which isn't goulash, but rather DNA. I'm gonna continue playing DNA for a while. I'm gonna continue like farming for a while. There's a lot of things that I want to farm. You can, obviously, if you check your armory, you can see that there's a good variety. I think there's a great variety of weapons. I haven't even played a whip sword yet. These are whip swords, dude. I haven't fucked with these at all yet. There's a good amount of ranged weapons. Look at this. This is the ghoul saw, but it's not melee. I love it. And there's still a couple of characters that I'm interested in. I don't like the way that they're delivering new characters. I think the theater method is really obnoxious and RNG dependent. Really RNG dependent. You just saw us not get enough to finish that character. As account levels progress and we can get more, that changes and we'll be able to get one copy, but this doesn't need to be as RNG as it is. I really wanted a Psyche, now we don't have one. I could buy one. If we spend 1,500, we could buy the last 10. I'm not gonna do that, but we could. I'm farming that for Truffle. That might not be worth it because Truffle wants pole arms. Truffle really wants pole arms, and I do that instead. Truffle's a Lumino, right? I thought I saw a really good pole arm for her. It might honestly just be Vernal Jade. No, it's not that. If it'll be worth it. Ringsong, I farmed like a bunch of things already that I didn't know were gonna be worth it. Go ahead, go crazy. Game's out, been out for 2 days. It's not like you're bricking your account, right? You made sure to have a teenager for like 20 years continuously. Hold up, let me check. So it's gonna be 6 years until he's out of it. Actually, it's only gonna be 5 years until he's out of it. And then 5, 15, another 5. Yeah, it's 11 years. Fuck. God damn it. 11 years. Like from now. Aren't German kid tales all about how if you don't finish your soup you starve to death and die? Yeah, a lot of it. Like, for those of you that don't know the story about the Zappelpeter, it's a German fable, fairy tale, whatever you want, allegory, whatever, about a boy that doesn't sit still during when he's like sitting there at lunch. He's always just like wiggling back and forth. And at the end of the story, he falls, breaks his neck and dies. And then his parents are so inconsolable that they also die. That's the moral of that story. Like, sit still, motherfucker, or else you die. Oh. There is something about German culture I love, even though I don't really, you know. Germany's quirky as shit, dude. I mean, I live in Denmark, but you guys, yeah. Mind you, I will have to put it like this. A lot of people will point out that that's not modern. Like, we don't really tell these stories anymore. I still grew up on those. Dude. Suppenkasper, Struwwelpeter, like all of this, I grew up on this shit. I was told these as a child. You can look at me. I clearly turned out well. At least he said sorry instead, like most kids nowadays would just say I ate it because I was hungry, what's the problem? Yeah, Khaled, you're absolutely right. If my son has anything going for him is that he has excellent manners. Like the first thing out of him was like, I'm sorry. I was hungry. I'm so sorry. Like, he felt bad, legitimately. Immediately apologized and was like, no, it's fine. Like, next time, if you're hungry, go eat. We have food. Next time, just tell me. I was looking forward to that goulash. There's nothing wrong if you go like, hey, I'm eating that goulash right now. Like, go crazy. Go crazy, kid. You don't need my permission to eat. Mind you, he's whip thin. If you look at him from the side, you might mistake him for 2D. So, my problem was that I didn't know about. I didn't know about it. That was the issue. But no, the kid's excellent. Fucking excellent. My family sells books for learning foreign languages. I was actually terrified when I read their Struwwelpeter. Can't spell German now, don't worry about it, It's also spelled differently depending on what area in Germany you're from. It's either Struwwel or Strubbel. It's a local problem, MJT, so you're not wrong there at all. I like horror movies too, but that story is sadistic. It is so bad. Yeah, you're right. Max and Moritz, God, yep. The moral of the story is don't play pranks or you get ground up in a grain grinder. That's how they died, right? Another Strich in der Landschaft? Yeah, he really is. He really is. I still tell my kids in the shithead dating my goddaughter that I deliver their hearts to the evil queen if they smash the goulash without bringing up a new batch from the freezer. There was no new batch. I clearly didn't make enough. That's the problem. Now, overall, just to finish my thoughts on DNA, I know I keep getting sidetracked all the time. There is a shit ton to grind. One thing that I'm definitely going to be doing is I want to grind all mods. This page, and up until here, this is all crafted. I don't know whether I'm going to give a fuck about that, but I might. And then this is the completed stuff. This page is... This is opium for me. This shit is opium to me. I will grind all of this. I will finish all of these. Not because they give like a couple of letter clues and trial XP. That's nice. No, I need to see this complete. There's something inside of me that needs to see this complete. There's a hunger. A deep-seated hunger. When it was that the Slenderman looking guy chops off their thumbs with scissors if they suck their thumb? Yep, that one exists. I forgot what that one's called, MJT. I forgot what that one's called, but yes. Don't suck your thumb, otherwise you're gonna get it cut off with scissors. Cut your fingernails, shit like this, like, God, what's the name? Something, Hans Cooking die Luft or something? Like, the story of a boy who, like, always stares up in the air when he's walking instead of looking ahead of him. This story is older than smartphones, mind you. Nowadays, it would probably be, like, someone staring at their phone. Like a boy that always, like, stares into the air and, like, daydreams while walking and then he dies. German fairy tale stories are fucking sick. Big recommend, by the way, big recommend. However, and I mean this not in a being cutesy kind of way, you need to have a certain stomach for those. Like, a lot of them are very graphic, and I don't mean very graphic for children. A lot of the, like, olden children's tales are very fucking graphic. For an adult. Very early on, German parents asked themselves the question, is it better to be loved or feared? And they clearly answered on the side of fear. Clearly answered on the side of fear. But if they haven't been turned into indie horror movies. Indie horror movies, like the current trend of like really cheaply produced, and I don't mean this as a quality measure, but like cheaply at home produced indie horror games, right? There's like really ample ground there, yeah? There really is. Maybe people are afraid that it would be tacky. The Machiavelli approach? Exactly. Exactly. All right. Everybody. Everybody. I'm gonna press this button. So. This is the last stream for the month. Today is the last stream for the month. I'm not going to be here tomorrow. I'm not going to be here on Saturday. I'm going to take a break. I said, I talked about it at the very start of stream. I'm off for a week. I'm taking a break. Next week, I'm going to post a schedule for next week, but expect that schedule to be at most Friday and Saturday. Next week, Saturday is always happening. We're back with board games next week, Saturday. I have some wonderful, wonderful guests that I'm really fucking looking forward to, but expect next week to be without streams. If you're looking to have something to do, if you're bored, if you want to hang out, there's a good chance I'll be on Discord, just like chilling in general voice chat. Feel free to join at all points. Free to join for everyone. Don't pretend, like, don't fear that you're intruding. That's the word. Don't be afraid that you might be intruding. No, we're just shit talking. If you join and everyone's speaking German, don't worry. Just say hello and everyone switches to English. I'm actually really proud of my community for being that adaptable, dude. Actually really, really proud of them. Don't tell them. It'll get to their head, and that's bad. But break time. I'll take a week. I'll take a week. I'll take a week. So we're either going to be back Friday or Saturday. And who knows what we're doing Friday. Let's go. Oh my god, I get to raid Tolk. Dude, so Tolk is currently on a bit of a partner push. Do we have a raid message? By any chance? Does anyone have a raid message for us? Talk? No, Tolk. Tolk. Tolk's fucking great, dude. He's on a bit of a partner push, so I wanna throw you all over there as a means, as a show of support. That's not why. I just want the guy to succeed. I don't need to show shit. I just want the guy to succeed. Something pig, right? The early stages of DNA evolution look promising. I don't even know whether they do. I don't even know whether they do. Nah. Vacation time? Yeah, vacation time is great. That's a good one. That's a good one. Hold up. Let me there. We'll corner this with some waddles. There we go. All right, ducklings. Thank you everyone for being here today. Thank you for hanging out. Sorry for the unannounced, or short announced vacation coming up. But see you on Discord. Hope to see you again when we return next week for more dumb shit. I hope you have a great rest of your day or night or evening, whatever it currently is, wherever you are. Have a great rest of your week and have a great start into the next one. Already looking forward to seeing you all again next week. Until then, everybody. Here's your raid message one more time. And with that, goodbye.